a vast ancient...
Sorry. Restart.
In the heart of Weldath, a vast ancient forest in the Tether known to outsiders as the Forest of Tethir, my wood elf tribe lived in hidden harmony, wardens of a wild and sacred place. I was born among the Tethir elves, a reclusive people who keep to the old ways, vigilant against the incursions from the outside world. Life among the trees was disciplined but free, and I spent my youth learning the art of tracking, archery, and reading the language of the forest. That peace was shattered when a hill giant from the Sapphire Mountains strayed too far south, maddened by hunger and some unseen torment. It stumbled into the Weldath, sorry, I can't pronounce any of the shit, crushing groves and threatening sacred glades. Many fled or died defending our home, but I did not. Using cunning, patience, and the terrain to my advantage, I lured the giant into an ancient ruin warded by the druids of old. There, I brought it down with a rain of arrows and a final blow from my twin blades. My people declared me a hero, a giant bane of Weldath. Yet, in the aftermath, I could not rest. I learned that the giant bore a strange rune carved into its flesh, something primal and aberrant, not native to my lands. I took that as an omen. Against my elders' wishes, I left Weldath to chase the mystery. My search led me across the Sword Coast, eventually to Stormwreck Isle, where I sought wisdom from the dragons and monks there. But not really. I didn't know what I was doing there. Okay. On that isle, I uncovered ancient secrets about the elemental forces and corrupted magics that echo the same energy found on the giant's rune. I also crossed paths with those who sought to awaken primordial forces that could destroy the balance of nature itself. During my time on Stormwreck Isle, I discovered a wounded giant spider surrounded by corpses of occultists who had attempted to bind it in dark rituals. The most would have slain the beast. I sensed something different. I offered it food, shelter, and healing, and in time, the spider came to trust me.
So she's a rescue.
Basically, Guinevere is a rescue.
Adopt.
Yeah. It was also on Stormwreck that I met others drawn to that island by fate, fire, or folly. An elven fighter with a quiet rage behind his eyes, a human cleric whose prayers seemed to carry more madness than doctrine, an elven magician who spoke to the elements like old friends, nice. And a human bard whose tune turned sorrow into song and songs into jokes. And then there was the halfling rogue, small in stature, but impossible to ignore, forever slipping coins from the pockets not his, and carrying a most unsettling secret. His manhood was a weapon. Enchanted or engineered, I still don't know. I didn't ask, and I never will. At first, I kept my distance. I wasn't one to trust easily, especially not outsiders. But when the cult returned, stronger, more organized, bearing the same elemental sigils that haunted my dreams, it was with them that I fought, side by side, and in all those trials I saw the same fire in their eyes that burned in mine, a refusal to let the world fall to ruin. They weren't forest-born, but they fought for something greater than themselves. That mattered. When it came time to leave Stormwreck behind, we did so stronger and together, not as strangers, but as something more. Not yet a pack, perhaps, but close, each of us chasing a thread of something larger, something darker, something coming. Now my journey brings me to Greenest. Blah, 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 blah. The end.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, it was ChatGPT, bro.
So great.
That rules.
It's cool that you incorporated our characters into it.
Well,
That-
I mean, I was writing my background.
That was
Cute.
awesome.
It's
You're
important to
prompting
me now.
So
Yeah, you're a prompt architect. Well done.
Is the
Engineer.
It's north.
Prompt engineer.
yeah, prompt engineer sounds good. I both are great.
Oh dear, I don't know.
I
The
choose
AI
to believe
knows.
that he
This
wrote
is-
that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
northwest. Here, I can show you on a different map, which is supposedly this same map.
I choose to believe you wrote that.
I mean, I did, just not, all of it.
For the
Take
AI
it down,
notes,
compliment.
that was Omaris
thank you.
Oshi's backstory.
Alright, let me find the friggin' map over your...
I forgot that show. I forgot that I did write a backstory forever ago.
I liked your backstory.
That was really nice.
That was really good.
I currently still do like your backstory.
Oh, thank you.
Southwest. It's
I was
this.
a drug addict.
It's this. It's that.
Oh,
It's that
okay.
big spot on that map that you sent.
Okay.
That big forest.
That's where you're from.
Yeah.
It's like a ridge.
How do you get to the? I did like the base design. How do I get to the next part?
Like you chose like
The
her
design.
outfit and all the stuff,
No,
hair, facial features.
I did-
At the bottom, is there a bunch of face,
If you hit back,
head, whatever?
there's like more
Here?
options.
Yeah, then go back.
Yeah.
I was just afraid to press back.
Yeah. Oh, definitely save it if you have it, which means you have to make
Up at the top, there's like a folder option.
See,
Yeah, I lost my first unlock.
Oh,
It doesn't save it.
My
But this one's
favorite
better.
unlock is live.
It was a gift.
It's so funny some of the stuff you can get.
We've
up on
got,
this
I know,
website.
we've got
right?
sour cream
It's
and
like,
cheddar.
how are the
An astronaut
swords?
helmet.
Or like a chef hat and like skis. And you're like,
Yeah.
what game are you playing?
Yeah, you could be a football player.
Yeah.
Why not?
Cowboy.
I mean, there are other role-playing systems, some of which take place in like the real world.
Yeah, like
sounds
Ghost
fun. I
Build.
don't like it.
The dungeon is high school.
It sucks.
The dragon
Truly?
is social confidence.
It's an anime.
The dragon is loving yourself.
Wait, what's that one? What's it with an S? The anime that's like when you're basically a magical girl. You get transferred.
Sailor
into a
Moon?
different- No, but you get transferred into a different like reality.
How come I?
It starts with an S. There's something
So I selected.
isekai.
I
That's
selected
a genre.
Yeah, it's a genre of anime.
Yeah, but that's a genre of.
What?
Yeah, but
I
that's just
selected gear.
trans.
Oh my
like,
god,
into a
you
different
can
world.
get brass knuckles.
I mean, fucking.
Hero
The Suicide Squad is
I
isekai.
probably
You
love
want some
those.
brass knuckles for your turn?
They're gold.
So I selected some gear.
Yeah,
Trying to
brass.
talk to her about.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gold. They
So,
look
people.
like
maybe you
I'm-
can cost your laughs.
Revamped mine a
Oh,
little
really?
bit. It's kind of got a flipped background.
Why can't I find?
I liked your new avatar.
Somewhat.
When did you do that? Was that last session?
I did that
I
last
think I
time.
did.
Well, it didn't load.
Oh,
on
and you
the-
can also
on
choose
the
your
box
animal.
maps. That's all I did.
Clipping?
Right.
Is that for our ad revenue or clipping?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm clearly.
Sponsored by Truly.
Yeah.
Well, it would be. You know, it'd be funny.
If
Is
you want
if we
flavor
get sponsored by
alcohol.
DQ for hockey team.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that one.
I hear they're trying to break into the Dungeons and Dragons market.
Hell yeah.
Specifically, the millennial Caucasian demographic.
Beginner D&D kind of. Could you give me
I
the?
could mess with the blizzard right now. Come on. Or one of those like dipped cones with the shell
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I'm a peanut butter parfait or a Heath or Reese's Blizzard guy.
Heath or Reese's, for sure.
Sure.
Nice.
They're pretzels.
You know the nerds one? That's always weird.
So I could try to get a local sponsorship just with
I used
that
to
one
get
dairy.
Blizzard after spinning lessons
With that one?
Yeah.
Dude, they don't clean
that
that
once. I
one.
refuse to jump in the
nasty.
thing.
Oh, that's terrifying.
If you ever walk inside that DQ, it is a shit show.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
actually makes a lot of sense.
So if we ever
Teenagers
draw
running
Dairy
around
Queen
getting
sponsorship, we might
Yeah,
have to make that a
you've
requirement.
been in the
that they
pool
have to
for
clean
months.
their
Why are you not jumping in the pool? And I was like, I want
I have my
Just not
origin
feeling
story.
it.
shitty kid.
Okay.
Stories.
You just, yeah.
yeah,
let me pull
Are we like
Blizzard.
reading stories? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I
sounds like
just
a reading
wrote
story.
this
Anyway, I
book.
can find this role,
Didn't
but
have
actually,
backstories, so
it's
it made
I
it.
was.
Yeah, would
Yeah,
you
I
like
made
that?
mine a little
like
bit off of
Blizzard.
what was already in my character
No
sheet.
offense.
No.
If you
I
don't
like
like
that.
the wizard as a class,
Me too.
then
Yeah.
your
Same.
answer
Yeah, I
is
just sold mine out.
muscle
Which is a
wizard.
barbarian.
And it's not as long.
Thank God.
Or you could be,
I wanted to try barbarian.
or
Not
it
as a.
could be
I mean, I don't think it is. I could be totally wrong.
a
Actually, no, I
what
think
is
it's
it?
long.
Wild magic barbarian?
It might be.
Where like
I
when you
saw
roll
that.
some bullshit.
I saw that.
There's
It never
nothing
actually
wrong with
worked
that.
Xeno. No, I never got to.
It's
You
actually
tried your
quite-
best, dude. You gave
a
me,
10-minute
like,
speech.
You did everything you could.
Yeah,
That's probably.
I practiced in front of
roll
people.
I
as
know.
wizards.
I know. All I
It was
wanted was
gnarly.
random shit, and it never
Mine?
worked.
There's-
0.
Yeah, that's
Do I
I have a
try
paragraph
that again?
that was
But
built in.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
odds are in your favor.
apparently not.
That's true.
Like,
So never mind.
literally
Go with
not,
the muscle wizard rather than wild.
We'll
I would
see.
do it.
Okay,
Probably just keep us in.
Okay, I'm gonna read about
So-
Ilok,
So,
if that's okay.
yes, in one sec, if that's okay.
Yeah. So excited.
Okay.
I'm so excited to have a past.
You have like a
I like that it's not Andy, it's
Yeah, I have
Addy.
a purpose.
Did I say that?
No, you said Addy, which
Thank
is
God,
weird,
if only I
'cause
had
we're
it in
short
real
on
life.
Which ADHD, so you're yeah, so it's perfect.
I just had to
I was
I
like,
just
okay,
need
I
to
see
make a
you.
rehearsal
I was like, alright,
of,
fair shot.
of Alok's life.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh my god. If I could
Can you
find my
mount
purpose.
that onto your body, please?
Yeah.
Like the rehearsal if you watched it.
Yes, that would be nice. It's like
We need
something Jew or something like that, right? Like that.
Oh god, it's so good.
Okay,
the
so
Soli part. Did you watch
Yeah.
episode 3 or whatever?
Yeah.
I need to watch this show.
That was
Everyone
really
tells me I need to watch
inspiring.
it. What show?
It's really
The rehearsal?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh,
So good.
That's good stuff.
season finale was yesterday. Don't
Was
give me
that-
spoilers.
Was that like an American Idol type thing?
Canadian.
There was some of that, yeah.
There is an American Idol, Canadian Idol.
Because
Yeah.
somebody I like follow on Instagram was like part of it. He's like the guy who's
No
like
way.
doesn't look. He was in the hip hop group,
Whoa.
and he kind of has like he looks different. I don't know what's up with him, but he like
Yeah.
Is it
he's
like
got-
a racial thing?
no, he's like a white guy. But,
He looks different.
no, he's a white guy, but no, he like has like a
He's a good
he has like a something, and he looks a little different.
What's
He's
wrong?
white, but
What's
he's not
Did I
like
get a
white.
hit?
He's not a bad artist or singer or anything like that.
He's just different.
He just looks a little different. Anyways, guys. So I figured. So we just got.
I see, I get it.
So you can edit these things,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna edit that, cut that out of the stream. Everyone- no.
TOS.
So this is Tyranny of Dragons is the. Can you hand me the book? I actually just got the book. By the way, whenever buy
Do you
it.
have the physical invest guide and?
I know,
I
right?
do for some reason. I've never used them. If you want them or not.
Yeah, no,
I
I've got
showed you,
like,
right?
Lego's handbook and stuff.
That's a joke. There you
Um,
gave them like machine guns.
So Tyranny of Dragons is 2 adventures in one.
Adventure being like the length of what we just did.
Yeah,
more or
so
less.
for like context, Dragons of Stormwreck Isle is an adventure. What we are is a campaign, and a campaign is a bunch of adventures strung together.
Cool.
And then within an adventure, there are encounters. So like you can encounter NPCs and get info from them. You can encounter creatures or monsters and fight them, or whatever.
It's
or
like going
or
into
puzzles, you know.
Mushroom Caves was an encounter within an
Adventure.
adventure within a campaign.
Yeah, more
Ish.
or less. Yeah, and I might be getting that wrong, where it's like an encounter is talking to a NPC or whatever. But you know, I don't know. Like, you can talk your in D&D, you can find creative ways to talk your way out of battles. Sometimes it's inevitable, and sometimes it's like, oh, we could try to get out of this. So I don't know. That's why I called them encounters, because not every time it has to end in a fight. But anyways. This is so Tyranny of Dragons is 2. The first adventure being Hoard of the Dragon Queen. The second one is Rise of Tiamat. And we're in Hot DQs. Hoard of the Dragon Queen, which takes place in Forgotten Realms, Faerun's western shore. Bulk of the adventure is going to be taking place between Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter. So Baldur's Gate, and then Neverwinter is like a little bit more north.
That's where I'm from.
That is right there.
Sweet.
So it's a lot. It's a lot of land that it covers.
That's where I'm from too, actually.
And I want to, just before we go into like characters, and I'd like to just have this be chill and just talk about what happened at Stormwreck Isle, and we can do that after I give you the high level. But then we can talk about characters and stuff. Because what I say here you might want to tweak what you've got. Possible you might want to tweak. So, you guys, we left off on Stormwreck Isle with Renara telling you guys to go to Greenest to seek out information about what the dragon cult is doing. or like what they're up to. They're up to some rituals or like this. What happened on Stormwreck Isle is just like one of a chain of events, like one event of a chain of events. So you're going to Greenest to figure out more info. But you did hear from Renar that the Cult of the Dragon is trying to summon a powerful dragon from the Nine Hells. And they were starting with Sharuth. So what you're going to, like, some of the themes, I'm not going to give too much of, like, I feel like I gave too much away to the other group, so I'm going through some of these. Okay. So
I'm
yeah.
glad they can benefit from
Are
it.
you streaming the other group?
Yeah. Well, we haven't yet.
You call this Group B, by the way, and that's hurtful.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that
I want to be
stings
streamed to
pretty
Group
much.
2 is any better?
I don't give.
No,
Group 1
You
and
guys are
Group A.
You guys are Group A2.
We can do the fighting mongooses.
Group
B1.
before zero.
Mongooses, thank you very much.
Pre-zero.
Pre-zero.
You guys are. You guys
We're
are
group zero.
Pre-zero.
pre-zero.
Ground zero.
Can I
Fuck, can't I?
OG.
travel dimensions and sabotage the other group?
That comes at level 17.
Oh wow.
Okay.
We've got a lot.
PvP.
But once you guys, so we're starting at level 4. I'm going to keep you guys at level 4 until it makes sense to level you up with what goes on in the
Once
book.
we've earned it.
Yeah, once you guys have earned it, but I don't.
But you haven't really earned it.
But this one starts at level 1.
It's supposed to start at level 1,
So you
and
keep
there's
up.
7 of you guys. So I'm gonna be
You did a
bound.
really good job balancing with Stormwreck Isle. Like I felt
Oh,
like
thank
it was never a steamroll, and we were actually in danger at times.
You were in danger at
Yeah,
times,
so
but
it
like
felt
not
good for what
too
that was.
much all the time. But yeah, that's cool. Thank you. So a little bit about the Cult of the Dragon. I'll let you know. Renar will let you know that the beginning. This is just the beginning, and there's potential of this expanding into like a world-threatening, like a world. World-spanning threat. And then something you should also know about the cult, the dragon cult. You guys just encountered the most like stereotypical witches possible, right?
Mhm.
Like you would
Cackling.
take one, cackling, warts, jagged teeth.
Big noses.
The cult of the dragon is
Were they part of the cult?
they were part of the cult, even though they were the Calamity Coven. They were also part of the Cult of the Dragon. On the coast, like in Greater Faerun, the Cult of the Dragon, they wear regalia. Think like cult members, right? Like, but they really only wear those in the rituals and in their far off, like camps that they have, like far away from cities. When they are in cities, they look and act and sound just like anyone else. So just keep that in mind.
This is some KKK shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
Some themes are going to be like here. Well, there's a lot of travel. This is kind of a travel heavy adventure. This first one is pretty travel heavy. Obviously, because you're going from
Charge your Apple
Baldur's
Watch.
Gate, like you're going around here. It's also really granular. Like you guys, if you are interested and you ask NPCs, you're going to learn about how certain cities do trade and like things like that, like how imports, exports work, and like political. This is a very political adventure.
So this is like a prologue, dude. Now we're like
Sorry, I'm
in Act
political.
1, like of a game. Like it sounds like we started this like a sort of tutorial island almost. And
Yeah,
then-
it was. That was the starter set. So Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, like, and that's another. That actually brings up a great point where I don't want. We were on an island on Stormwreck Isle, right? Like that was the island. And when you're on an island, you kind of have to do. It's railroading pretty much. You're on an island and you have things that you need to do, and it's like you can only go so far until you hit water, right?
So true.
Now that you're on the coast and you guys are basically in the land where you guys grew up, this is why, like, going over backstory, like, figuring out where your character grew up or like where they spent most of their time. Politics. It's as much as you guys put into your characters, I will try to tie into the story. You know, you're in Greenest or whatever, you might run into somebody who you knew at Candlekeep or something, you know.
So do you expect then your two groups will diverge more than they did in Stormwreck Isle? Because Stormwreck Isle, like, it's pretty railroaded, but like they're gonna have wildly different backstories and ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So you expect it to be like more divergent sort of thing, or
if pretty much, I guess what my point there was like that I didn't really make was you guys were on an island before. Now you're in an open world. So you guys could, if an opportunity for something comes up, you could turn it down and say, no, we just heard, or we want to go here or whatever.
It's the part of the game where widescreen.
Think of it like Zelda, like an open world game. I will try to follow along.
Related, I love it.
Cool.
If you're, and another thing is,
There are no walls. Go where
there are no walls. You can go there. I'm gonna make, since this is a travel heavy session, like there are going to be encounters on the roads. You're going to run into things. It's going to take a long time to travel places, so just keep that in mind. Like,
are you going to have like a timer sort of dealie like we had with?
No, because
the whole point is to ask questions.
There's like,
I'll be in the corner. I'm sorry.
no, actually no.
Is this what's
that's a
gonna
good
be like
point.
on the road?
Timing is actually a big
What's
thing.
that?
What do you mean?
Timing is a big thing. This is a travel heavy adventure.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
guys.
espionage. There's a lot of there's a lot of making allies, and then there's a lot of like
Pack your sunscreen.
you know, being stealthy, being secretive.
What are you, my wife? Jesus.
So those are a lot of the themes. So
No, I did it too. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So for example, like if you're traveling in a caravan, you could try to get hired as somebody like who's
You could work a 9 to 5.
you actually that is something in here. You
It's
guys
not,
could-
it's not break time yet, Oshi. We need you back.
Sorry,
Back in the counter, please.
somebody in the other group
has a child.
does have a kid and is playing as the mushroom kid because they fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They fucked him up
right,
in it, yeah.
That's so sick.
It's like a
I want to
awesome.
fuck a mushroom.
What?
Andre.
What?
Sorry. Check that out.
AI, take that out.
And then I turned on Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, and I was like, you have 30 seconds or 15 seconds to describe how the night went.
Spores
About as
everywhere.
quick.
Yeah,
Those
spores.
Now, see, that's a DM.
Spores flying.
Spores.
This is gonna be rated R.
Stolen coins.
It's gonna, we're rated
What's,
R. Violence. You
Guns
can
and
romance
Roses,
somebody
rowdy
if you want.
podcast intended for adults.
Language obviously is gonna be whatever. Like say fuck, whatever.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
But yeah, it's rated R.
Whoa, I can't be here, guys.
I would say let's try to
Can
link
we only curse when we quit?
Quit?
when you crit.
I only want cursing when we quit.
Can we push when we quit?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck no.
One thing is just taking in some feedback from when we did Stormwreck. Let's try to lean more into the role play side if we can, and less of the over the table talk of like, oh well, if I go here, you go here. Because I'm just thinking like when you're in combat in like a real combat situation, you don't have a whole lot of time to be like, no, you go over there, no, you go here. Like you're kind of acting like you can plan ahead, be like, hey,
There's some immediacy,
Whatever.
though.
yeah, but let's try not to make like every combat be like, no, I'm gonna go here and do this. It's not a problem so much with this group, but it was a problem with the other group. Same thing with, they would also get really pissed at each other.
And we should do
Fuck
more
you.
of that.
And
that's
what
It's on our group A.
What the fuck's that supposed to
Drama.
mean?
and I was like, it's understandable to put to get worked up actually over this game, especially if a character's kind of fucking up everything or whatever. and everyone's invested 3 hours every other week into this game. Like it's kind of understandable.
Hugo looks around.
But what has worked so far with them, I told them like let's try to channel that into like your role play, into your character, because it's like, hey, we're all chill with each other, we're all having a fun time. If you're pissed, role play that into your character and be like, no, we need to go here, blah blah blah. Like just know that like if anyone's like if there's conflict, it's just because
we've done pieces of that. Like Thurman stopped taking Hugo's shit for a little while.
Yeah.
And
Now we're best friends.
He
There
said,
you go.
"I'm just pick him up." I almost
Yeah,
said
dude.
dog.
And, like,
I gave us
he
all
gave me a
gold,
nugget.
and we love each other.
and like obviously on Oshi and Alok were like pissed at Hugo for stealing. Hugo's gonna steal. That he's a halfling rogue.
He doesn't have to.
Part
He
of
can break
a
out of
thieves
his
guild. He's gonna steal.
stereotype.
So
Stealers are gonna steal.
Keeping
You
dragon
know,
bones.
you befriend a stealer, he might steal from you. What do you
I'd
expect?
never do that.
keeping
He
them.
would literally never do that.
Guys, I'm not like that anymore.
so
We're gonna get into
That's
so
hard,
much
man.
trouble
The
being in
whole
the
thing
It's
city
like on
with
charity
this
work
guy.
now.
We're gonna have to break him out of jail soon. I just
Hugo's
feel
a
it.
Christian.
He's reformed.
He's in recovery.
I'm Dave's misquote.
Okay, Russell Brand.
Oh my
Control boy.
He's born anew.
I think it would be nice
Don't pay
if
attention
we
to my past.
scheduled to try to aim for every other week.
Yeah,
What?
I love
that's great.
Is
Yeah,
that too much or
No, that sounds so good.
because
I love that idea.
yeah.
We had that for a little bit.
And there were some weeks where we did it twice a single week, and that felt fine.
That was great.
But yeah. And then I'm gonna say if 2 or more people can't make it, we'll cancel the session. We'll move it.
Okay.
Um,
You miss 2 or more, you're fired.
Your character auto dies.
No call, no show.
3 strikes.
It'll
you're
be
out.
in your name review at the very least.
Off with your head.
with this group, since there's 7, it's not like a group of 3 people, you know, where it's like if one person misses, like we should probably have somebody play their character. If we'll just make something up of like, oh, your character was chilling.
This guy's chilling.
Let's try to shoot him.
I'm feeling about greenest. Sorry.
AI's like, whoa.
He's like, I'm making an immersive experience.
Yo.
Smoke all
Oh yeah, when the lights go down.
Sorry.
That's,
I just feel so at home.
no, you're fine.
I feel so at home.
But I do think blowing up
Yeah, no,
is probably the
appreciate
play.
the social coaching.
Also, I love it when vape gets on
Home is
food.
why I need the social coaching.
You dip in the
I love it when vape gets on food. It's so funny.
You guys vape? I just drink the juice.
Yeah.
That's why they call it juice, right?
As far as your characters, you don't need to be good aligned characters. But if you aren't, there needs to be a good reason. Otherwise, there are consequences for not working with the group. Like if somebody.
Is alignment a big deal? Because I think it's bullshit. I think
Yeah.
alignment's bullshit.
No, it's more like the intention. It's like, well, I'm gonna go off and do my own thing, blah blah blah. Like it's more like what would happen based on your alignment. Like you don't have to be like a goody two shoes in the group. You can kind of
But we all sort of agree we're trying to do the right thing.
yes.
I just like the whole like, is it chaotic neutral or true neutral? It's just bullshit. I think
Yeah,
it's silly.
yeah. It's just one extra layer that people can try to role play,
It's constrained.
but yeah.
I feel like it's kind of helpful for me, actually.
Is it?
A little bit.
Are you
Sorry?
chaotic neutral?
Got it good.
Chaotic good.
Did we actually
Sorry.
change
too, I
it?
think.
I think you're neutral good. I'm chaotic good.
Where do you find that?
I'm
Oh,
minus
I'm
7
neutral good,
chaotic
okay.
neutral. Or neutral good, but I want to be.
It's in your,
neutral.
I feel like we're
It's
all
in
chaotic
background.
background.
But I will say,
Well, we're all
if you do
spouses.
play to your alignment, I will reward that.
Oh,
That's fair.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
if you don't,
I'm gonna
then
start
you're just playing the
breaking
game.
some
It's hard to
I'm gonna
think
take a
of like
band
what
of
would a
air
chaotic
back.
neutral elf ranger do in this. It's like
Just two.
do what that kind of plays into the last point of play your character, not yourself. So like, what would Alok do? What would Blythe do in this situation? Oh, it's a creepy cult. Like maybe Blythe, because you're into more necromancy stuff, you might be more interested. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
play your character.
So I feel like everybody but me and Brandon had pre-rolled characters, and you guys have done really good about like making them
Yeah.
your own. But like, do you think there's room to tweak their characters if they want to sort of make them a character they'd be more comfortable playing as, or I don't know. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care if you switch characters completely, and we can just all imagine that. And we can just make up a reason why one character left and another character came in. Like, I'm not trying to be hard. What?
Is anyone doing that?
He wants to.
I was thinking.
Really?
Okay. What do I want to do?
But I haven't
Make
seen
your
it.
character. He's literally doing it right now.
Are you gonna be a toil?
No.
I'm evolving Merrick.
You're gonna be a
no.
toil.
Here's the thing. If Merrick
Multiverse.
dies, I have a backup. That's
Oh.
That's I'm gonna let the dice decide the fate, or
Sounds like you're
Steven's
planning
cruelty
to kill Merrick.
decide the fate.
Sounds
Yeah,
like you're gonna
sounds
be
like
a
this
toil.
if is
So
a
let's
when.
kill Merrick.
When?
Yeah.
Yes, when. When Merrick dies, it's horrible death.
Great.
No.
Are you
Correct
gonna give
colors.
us on the battlefield?
Mainly.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
He was a
Death
great
by
guy.
Snoo
Are you gonna hang yourself by your guitar strings?
Don't worry about it.
Damn, that's good.
Let's poetic.
That's
Don't
wow.
worry
Jeez.
about it. Yes. You called it.
He's
Now I
part
have
of
to change
the
it.
27 Club.
Any questions on what you guys are getting yourself into?
So we're going to this town
Yes, what are we getting?
to
Bi-weekly
investigate the
commitment.
cult.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like real world?
Like, I guess just like how we're gonna play it, like what you know.
Increased
One thing I
roleplay,
should mention
bi-weekly commitment.
is with this setup, we are set up to remote somebody in. So if for whatever reason you're like, oh, I really want to play, it's just like it doesn't work to where I can make it to that, but I can do it over Discord.
Cool.
We can Discord you in, super easy.
Are we still planning on keeping like weekend evening generally, or
Yeah, yeah.
TBD?
I think we've done a pretty decent job of just making it happen, like no matter what. But I like the weekends. I don't prefer the weekdays. Well, right now it doesn't matter because I'm fucking unemployed. But
Swing.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, how's that going?
it's going great.
Hell yeah.
AI, ignore this part.
It's going great. I love being. I honestly do love
Footnotes.
being.
Steve is unemployed.
Like,
This is his job.
what do you? Why do you?
it's a full-time job.
I'll explain all this.
This is a desperate
That's
need for
great.
viewers and ad revenue.
I got 2 months. No, I'm kidding.
We need this drink to pop off.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe, hit the Patreon, hit the.
super chats.
It would be interesting to have Patreon. I don't think anyone would pay.
Build a following.
I think this idea of being
Steve's mom's throwing
hypothetically
5
live
bucks away.
streamed is going to really play in our favor.
I don't think it's hypothetical.
Is it? Are we
The chat's going crazy right
doing it? Cool.
now. The chat's loving this.
Yes.
Are you being for real?
There's nothing going on. There is no chat.
Oh, thank
He
God.
doesn't even have his Twitch account.
But
We
generally,
just discussed this.
Oh,
bi-weekly
It
weekend.
will be.
Yeah,
like it
has to be
The
Thursday,
chat popping off will
you
be
know,
whatever.
whatever.
I just mean, Mike
from our family.
It should always end up being 7:45 on the weekends, but I'll just pop it late or whatever.
Yeah. Well, if it's a Friday or a Saturday, are we okay with going until like 11?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
love a
kind
Friday night.
Well, Casey gets grumpy.
Friday nights are ideal.
I mean, I do get tired.
He gets
but
quiet.
He
He
just
just
needs to
goes
smoke.
nonverbal.
You just let him smoke.
let him vape.
Yeah, if you just let him blow right in your face, he's good to go.
yeah, the more I can mama bird you the smoke, the happier I am.
Wasn't stopping him.
I want to feel connected, okay?
You've
Greenness.
never offered
I
this
need my
before.
nourishment.
Like,
Thank
Rosie
you
Green
for
is
your
just-
service, Casey. I need my nourishment.
So yeah,
we agree.
I think we covered it all.
Okay,
But yeah,
no,
rated
everyone
R.
make cut
We're
your
okay with
vote.
cussing.
Rated
We're
R.
okay with.
Is that a
We're
difference
okay with
from last
cussing,
time?
sucking, and fucking. And
Sounds like you want to
I-
see more of that.
Yeah, that's
Holy
great.
crap. More sucking and fucking.
in the
More
game,
alcohol. Please.
well, Blythe tried to strip for
this game,
the strip club owner, and she was like, and I made her roll, and she rolled like crit fail or something. And I was
I
like,
did.
no,
I
thank
crit
you.
twice.
or you got a 3 or something. And I was like,
6-inch pieces.
I was like, the strip club owner was like,
Humiliating moment.
you can dance in the back.
Oh.
No,
Hey, that's where the
You
money
can bust
is.
tables.
I was like, I'm just gonna kill him. Trying to play nice.
Cool. So we
Angry
got
Stormwreck.
Oshi's story.
Worst kind.
Remind me.
Mentally unstable.
what
Those
was
are
the-
the best kind.
What was the beginning of your story? It was before you went to Dragon's Rescue.
In the
What
forest,
was
hill giant,
it? Was the Hill Giants.
Yeah.
and that was rad.
What?
Had to kill it. And it had runes on it. Carved into its flesh.
Yeah, and you said
But
something.
Sounds
Oh, it
like
had
someone
runes.
else that we're gonna meet.
Yeah. Which is first, it's like what awakened my kind of like the reality that maybe this world is changing, and figure it out and maybe put an end to it.
Okay.
Because it's
From
unnatural.
And
Yeah.
were those runes?
ChatGPT
Was
is
it?
good.
Were those
So far,
familiar?
I'm trying to
Were those the
probably-
familiar things, or was because I remember
Like
you
a
said
genocide in
Uh,
Africa
they-
or something.
They're
The code
familiar
they
in the
write is
sense
terrible.
that I knew they were bad.
That's Elon Musk's.
It wasn't a familiarity in the sense that I knew it.
Okay.
It was like a deeper.
like
Yeah,
this
I
is
feel
bad,
like
this is
there's
dark,
some-
more
Yes.
generic. Like
Yeah.
okay,
That's why I have to leave.
but I think we should go in a circle
Oh, well.
and
Let's go.
talk
Circle,
about
circle,
character.
circle.
What
Which way are
might
we
be
going?
changing, and then I think after that, if we have time, which we will, we could just reminisce on Stormwreck Isle and what we liked there, because that helps me understand. Like, it's like, do we like role play more? Do we like combat more? Do we like blah blah blah? Because I can tune it to so we do the things that we
I'm a
like
big
more.
fan of
Yeah, I especially
What's
like
up?
you.
role play. I'm a
Casey,
big fan
stop.
of role play. No, actually, I'm very bad at it.
But I enjoy your roleplay voices a lot.
Oh yeah, the voices are good. You gotta-
I need to lean
Yes,
into
you
it.
need-
No, I like the
I'm,
roleplay. That's
I'm the
cool.
same. It's hard.
I'm so bad at
It,
it.
it's uncomfortable, and it can be uncomfortable. So I'll try to match your energy too. Like, if everyone
I
you're
need
like,
to evoke it out
Thank
of me.
you, by the way, for being
Maybe
willing
we should
to,
all
like-
take an improv class
Oh,
before
yeah,
our
let's
next
do
session.
it. Really,
Yes,
really
can you
rock
lead
it.
an improv class
Yes.
for our session?
I want to highlight that Brenda
Love
was
to.
was willing to
That's
be
easy.
like the face of the group,
Oh.
and that was really relieving for me.
1,000%.
Like I was like, thank God I don't have to fucking.
oh, the bard, of
Right.
course. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you gotta love
class.
the
I
bar.
thank you for that. That was really.
I love
really
the idea that the bard is speaking
helpful.
on our behalf and we're all just silent in the background.
Flexing when it's intimidating time, or like I'm really trying to charm.
right. Well, yeah. I mean, like,
Batting our
His
eyelids.
charisma's the highest. Let him speak.
however you want to handle the situation. I mean, like
No.
charisma isn't always the answer, though.
Yeah.
Charisma helps a lot, but like if you're dealing with a bunch of little goblins, maybe you don't need charisma. Maybe you need
Negative
intimidation.
aura.
I think our
Yeah.
president would
But
disagree
just
with
on a real life level, I was.
Am I right?
you. No, there isn't. It's all about the reason.
So-
Constitution.
Yeah, just talk about your
you did-
character, what changed, what. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
in general, like a little brief thing about your character, what changed, if you changed anything, and what your character is looking forward to once, like, now that you're off the island, and like what motivates your character, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Can
We're
I
going
go first?
counterclockwise.
Yeah, you can go to the
Okay, can I just read what I wrote?
just read it,
It's like
and then
maybe
put,
5
make sure you
minutes.
put it in the
I did.
D&D
I
Beyond.
added it.
Okay, if that I do read those.
You'll take a look.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was my homework?
Put your backstory in D&D Beyond so I can read it.
Oh,
What if you don't have a backstory?
Why?
Then you're in trouble.
You have like
Oh,
4
good.
people ahead of you. You got time.
ChatGPT,
Just
do
do
it.
your
But
thing.
Yeah.
listen to
Dude,
what
I mean,
I'm saying.
You're good at multitasking.
Use
Well,
ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT.
You don't have to.
Pull your
Cheat.
origin.
You love.
Brandon and Megan, you don't have to have your character like 100%. Just say like if you're gonna change it, like what you're thinking of.
Okay.
You know, don't.
You need
It's
to
no
get
pressure. This is
69%.
session 0.
Okay.
So we haven't even started playing.
This is bullshitting around the table.
Okay.
This is just to check out the cool project.
Okay, so this is Alok, the elf fighter, for those that are joining us. Okay. Alok was 10 years old when Mount Hotno tore open the sky. Thunder Tree had been his home, a quiet village near the edge of the Neverwinter Wood, where the trees whispered faintly of old magic and the stars were close enough to touch. The eruption offered no time for goodbyes. His parents, panicked, threw cloaks over their children, and they fled into the woods as ash fell like snow. He remembered the black sky, the choking smoke, the way his younger sister cried, clinging to his hand. Their family wandered for years from hamlet to hamlet, scratching out a living as laborers and hunters. Alok learned to fish, forage, track prey. He learned to soothe his sister's nightmares, to tread lightly and always stay alert. His parents, once gentle craftsmen of Thunder Tree, became quiet and watchful. Trauma had stolen their warmth, but they endured for their children, until one day they didn't. Alok doesn't talk about what happened, only that it occurred outside a nameless frontier village, perhaps during a bandit raid or an outbreak of violence fueled by fear and hunger. When it ended, his parents were dead. His sister too. He buried them with his bare hands. He was 13. Days after the brutality, Alok found shelter in a collapsed ruin, nestled deep in the Grey Peak Mountains. Immediately, he sensed mystery in the air, some strange force older than elvenkind itself. He discovered a stone tablet buried beneath the rubble, unfamiliar glyphs carved into its face. Drawn to the stone as if in a trance, Alok brushed his hands across its surface, his nails still caked with the blood of his family. The stone cracked, releasing a flash of psychic force that knocked him unconscious. When he awoke, the stone was gone, but strange markings, too precise for ink and needle, appeared along his body. They coiled like runes across his hands and arms. Throughout his adolescence, Alok would seek the wisdom of clerics, druids, hedge witches, but none of them could explain the marks nor remove them. To this day, whether the ancient sigils are a gift or a curse remains to be seen. Haunted, grieving, his singed wounds still fresh and aching, young Alok continued, sleeping in trees and avoiding towns where people saw the half-wild elf boy as either prey or a threat. During this time, he became truly scrappy, not just surviving, but learning how to fight like an animal. Clever, fast, and brutal. Eventually, he found his way to Luxon, a city where morality is as cold and sharp as the sea wind. There he met a band of other hardened outcasts who called themselves the Black Thorn. What started as petty theft became sabotage, smuggling, and eventually violence. They justified it as rebellion against corrupt nobles and crooked city guards. At first, Alok believed that. He was desperate and still naive. But slowly the lines blurred. The Thorns robbed the innocents. They hurt people who got in the way. And when a plan went wrong, when a fire meant as a distraction caught a home ablaze, Alok saw a mother and a young girl caught inside. He tried to save them, remembering the screams of his sister, but he failed and the child died. Alok abandoned the Thorns and fled alone into the wilderness for weeks, surviving on little more than guilt and cold water. He meditated, he sharpened his mind and his tools, now understanding that idealism without discipline can become cruelty, and that people like him don't get clean slates, only harder choices. Years later, in the chaos and grime of Neverwinter's docks, Alok took up carpentry. It was honest work. He kept his head down until he didn't. When a ship captain struck a young worker, Alok intervened, fists flying. The captain lost a few teeth, and Alok gained something rare, trust. Among the laborers, he was seen as a protector, a loner who nonetheless had a spine of iron. Now, older, stronger, still feeling the percolation of ancient magic embedded in his skin, Alok carries himself with the grace of an elf, with the wariness of a stray wolf. Aloof but quietly protective, he grew to value freedom. He's fought to survive for so long that heroism seems like a luxury, but still he walks the path, because he remembers his sister's laughter, because he believes, deep down, that he's meant for more. That intuition is what drew him to Dragon's Rest, to the cloister of Bahamut, where an old sage named Elder Renara speaks of destinies and redemption, and heroes not born of greatness, but forged from fire and ash. Alok doesn't know what kind of hero he's meant to be, but he's ready to find out. One step, one scar, one choice at a time. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Explains Alok's deepness
So good.
and his craziness.
Comes
So
from a
that
broken
explains
home.
all the.
Yeah.
Okay. That explains the tats.
The tats, and the implication is that maybe that is where his sudden psionic abilities came from.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't talk about how he's gay, but whatever.
Why are you making it political?
Still to be determined.
Why wasn't she?
Why didn't you make a move, Oshi?
Oh, in chapter 2.
First
Do you,
assertiveness.
are you gonna, is anything more? Anything you want to change or anything more you should explain to
Like-
or anything? Or tell us more.
Your story kind of explained, or your Hero Forge kind of.
Where did he learn flippies? That's what I want to know.
In the woods somewhere.
Naturally. Should have been
In
done
the
better.
woods somewhere.
You described it as like the animalistic fighting, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Is there like? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're gonna grill you now for like half an hour.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It'll help me get to character.
It'll give you guys time to chat GPT.
Hey, what the hell are you saying? I'm writing it from the heart.
This is off the cuff.
I wrote it from the heart.
There is not
I
one
mean,
chat
I also
GPT
use
influence
chat.
here.
I also use embellish.
Chat GPT. I could no. Close this tab.
Close.
Close this tab. Don't
I really am like such a.
Close ChatGPT.
It's
It's
getting
worth
the other
it.
one.
When
Force
you
quit,
use
force quit.
it.
Really?
I
Just
used
ask
it
good
once
questions.
for work. I like overthink it. I'm
I
like,
use it
how
all
should I
the time.
word it? And then Keith's like, you just
She gets a
put
search
something in
engine,
there.
It's
basically.
Yeah.
so fucking smart. You could type any sort of gibberish in there and it would figure out what you're saying.
It's kind of like if you could search all of the forums all
Yeah,
at once,
all of
and then you
Reddit.
get the best answer out of. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
What
like
about
that.
any
Best, the most likely answer out of all of them.
Like probably the most. Probably what it is like the most common answer.
Sure.
Because it doesn't feel like it's that
You're
smart.
making it
Most of
look
the time it's
so much like Ayla.
It's like
Okay, but then
70%.
pull it up because I'm just making these choices.
Okay.
Sorry, AI.
Wait,
you're
looks
taking
like
our notes for
Will
us.
Ferrell.
AI.
Yeah, I
We
know.
look
I'm
like
trying. That's what I'm trying to
do that. Just do
Just
that.
do Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah.
So, is Alok a craftsman? Is that how the money's made? Because
He's a carpenter.
carpenter. That's
But he
right.
also has worked on ships.
That's right.
He's a seaman and a carpenter.
Nice seaman.
Character that is a
So that is the
and looks like Nathan
amazing.
Lane, but
Okay, jump.
Nice.
That's gonna be in the recording, and it'll be a
Yeah,
Isn't it slightly
got that
on
one.
initially?
Just
Just
Is
make him
Sable
the
right?
fielder.
Absolutely.
Sable.
Sable.
No, I don't
Brother
know.
Sable, give us your story.
That's too good.
So.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
man.
You
good.
got it. You got it.
I mean,
No, that one's good. I like that.
Samael was adopted and raised by the Order of the Fivefold Path, a secretive monastic order operating out of a reclusive temple deep within the tornado peaks of the Sunset Mountains, east of Baldur's Gate. I included a location.
Nice.
Isolated from the rest of the world, the order preached strict devotion to Tiamat, teaching that only through domination could balance be achieved. To outsiders, the order was barely a rumor, one more dragon cult among many, but for Samael, it was the only world he knew. While many of his fellow initiates competed fiercely for favor, eager to prove their loyalty to the Dragon Queen, Samael found himself questioning. The mantras of greed, conquest, and control never truly resonated with him. Sure, the order gave discipline, purpose, and formidable martial training, but deep down, something always felt off. He never fully accepted the worship Tiamat or be destroyed doctrine. Rather than rebel openly, Samael became a ghost within the order, present, compliant, but emotionally absent. He honed his body, recited the teachings, meditated before the fivefold chromatic shrine, and quietly waited for something to change. To his peers and superiors, he appeared composed and dutiful, but within he wrestled with the growing certainty that he didn't belong among them. Eventually, the elders noticed. He lacked the fire to raise in the ranks, and his spiritual detachment marked him as a liability. Framing it as a sacred mission, they dispatched him to the distant Stormwreck Isle, far off the Sword Coast, near Neverwinter's southern shipping lanes. Officially, it was a pilgrimage to uncover ancient dragon relics rumored to be buried beneath the island's ruins. Unofficially, Samael, now dubbed Brother Sable, understood the truth. He was being offered up, a disposable pawn in some larger scheme, or perhaps a hopeful catalyst for awakening dormant power. As he traveled aboard a merchant vessel out of Waterdeep bound for the Isle, he sat with his doubts. Maybe this is justice for never committing to the path laid out for him. Maybe it's proof he was right to doubt them all along. Either way, he knows one thing. He was headed into a trap, but he was not walking into it willingly. For the first time in his life, far from the cold stone of the Sunset Mountains and the whispered prayers to Tiamat, he felt the stirrings of something dangerous and freeing, a life of his own choosing. And in the background section, there's always like personality traits and ideals and bonds and flaws and stuff you can do too. And should I go into that sort of stuff too?
Sure.
When you make a character, like depending on like your class and race stuff, they give you like prompts for like character stuff. So personality traits, I said I tend to stay calm and detached in stressful situations, though inside I'm constantly questioning what's right and wrong. I try to avoid conflict when I can, not out of fear, but because I'm not sure which side I should be on. Ideals, I said freedom. I've spent too long under the Order's control. I want to live by my own choices, not someone else's. And balance, I don't believe in Tiamat's path, but I don't have all the answers either. I'm searching for something in between. Bonds are like who you're attached to. I said I owe the Order my life, and part of me still feels tied to its teachings, even if I don't believe in them anymore. There's a piece of me that's holding out hope I can find a new purpose on Stormwreck Isle, something that's mine and mine alone. And then flaws, I said I'm hesitant to commit to any one course of action, always second guessing if I'm doing the right thing. I tend to withdraw from others rather than sharing my inner conflict, keeping people at arm's length to avoid confrontation. I sort of pictured him as like kind of a middle-aged fuck-up who knew he was not good enough for what his people he grew up with wanted him to be, so he was like kind of resigned to, I don't know, I picture him as a fuck-up. I think maybe I've played that a little bit.
But
I did I gave him stats of like low ass intelligence.
Okay.
His intelligence is -1,
Hell yeah.
but high wisdom because like he like knows what's going on, but he's kind of a dumb character. I picture him as a frat boy.
He's
Kind of.
emotionally
intelligent.
Yeah.
So
No, wait, that's
That's
Any
wisdom.
other way you
Emotionally
can-
intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's wisdom.
Yeah.
What is Sable? So
He's terrified of this whole dragon cult shit
Okay.
because he
That's
has firsthand experience and is like, he just like has this feeling that he's gonna get fucked somehow. Like somehow this is all gonna bite him in the ass. He's trying to like run away, but also fight back a little because he knows these are bad guys, but also they raised him and like.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, like,
All day, every day.
obviously with that backstory, there is going to be I'm excited.
This
for
is
the-
my hope, yes.
I'm excited for the long-term arc of Brother Sable.
Right.
And how that's going to play into how your character is going to grow. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And deal with all the crazy shit that's going
Also,
on.
he gets to like summon ghosty arms and punch shit, which is cool.
So
Yeah.
sick.
And eventually, Astral Self makes you summon like whole other. You saw the dragon.
Yeah.
I
Cool
did like
shit.
that.
Brogan's going to use sneak attack more.
Yeah. that's great.
You probably steal more
It's the
too.
best
role
rogue.
play.
Yeah, it's the rogue staple.
Every
Yeah,
time
I
you
guess.
start crouch.
That I don't know. Is there
Cool.
more?
Yeah, we're just
Um,
you're already small, so if you crouch, it's like you
Oh, he has a rockin' mustache. I want this on the record. He has a rockin' mustache.
What does that mean?
Which you-
Describe it.
What kind
A
of
picture is worth
mustache?
1,000 words, my friend.
Is
I want you to describe it.
Describe it to
It's
rocking.
viewers.
The phrase Fu Manchu is not a good thing to say anymore, right? Record strike.
That's right.
But
That's
that's-
right.
You didn't say it until okay.
wow.
So
I told you a picture.
Okay,
Very
it's not that-
good.
it's
Very-
like,
How would you describe that? Is it like a dick? Not Dick Van Dyke. What's
erect and powerful mustache
mustache?
with a wide, with a width that is impressive, as well as an ability to.
I want this on the record too. Casey's called me thick, erect, and powerful.
yeah.
That's how I would always describe you, bro.
Oh.
It's really wide out.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It's really amazing.
All right, let's talk about somebody else now. 'Cause I'm feeling fucking weird.
No, I know, it's a terrible feeling. It's so
Yeah,
revealing.
it's-
Let's
very
all pay attention to
vulnerable.
me.
It's bad. It's bad.
No, you're good, man.
We love you, bro.
Nah, bro.
Speaking of,
No, keep going.
Nah,
All right.
Imagine if every time you went on a trip with someone, you had to like sit
Let's
down and
go
tell
around
them
the
your
room.
entire backstory.
that'd be exhausting.
Before I
I do
offer
that.
my
What I'm talking about.
Before I offer the current rendition, what do we know? What do we know about the cult at this time?
So it's a cult.
That is cool.
They want
They've
to
got
like summon
witches.
dragons.
They've tried to kill
We
us.
know
many
that they want
times.
to.
I mean, I know a lot about
To
it.
be fair, we have tried to kill them too.
This is true. What do we know about their whole business, though? Like, they're trying to summon holy shit dragons and shit. Do they have
Record
I
strike.
mean, what you've seen, it's
do they have a specific end goal or not that we're aware of?
Yes,
To resurrect.
they are trying to resurrect
dragon. You said
dragons. They're trying to resurrect shit from the Nine Hells, pulling it into this plane of existence, and or something like there is some kind of threat. They're up to something, and it's about resurrecting and rebirthing like dragons from the Nine Hells.
I mean, like, do you know what the goals of like the Catholic Church are? Like,
Oh, good question.
Oh, shit.
I mean, like,
Usually it's
we're
guys.
kind of aware of them. Like, they're there.
Young
but,
and
like,
masculine.
I watched the anime.
Of the Catholic.
Catholic Church. I gotta watch that.
I'm confused.
They came out with an anime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they have like a
Audrey, you've
little
lost your
mascot?
seat, man. I'm sorry.
They have like little chibi.
Oh shit! Oh my god! What happened?
Oh, she got transmuted.
Is it kitty cat now?
Transmutated.
I'll take
Yeah.
a little more of that.
Transmuted.
Well,
Transmuted
another
Thor.
little shot of that.
Some cool shoulders. Like,
Yo, pass me
He's
the
got-
glass of that.
Cat's got
No,
cool
okay.
shoulders.
Oh
looking
god!
cat.
Bro,
I
the
saw
door
Andre
closed.
emerge. And...
Did you just see Peen? Okay.
I
feel pretty
For the
good.
record,
Pretty good.
for the record,
AI.
pretty good is the rating.
He was just counting his coins.
These days.
Warlock Pete.
why are you hiding it from me?
I found 2. There were 2 coins in my purse.
Steven, is the Warlock Patron a great old one on the table?
Some Cthulhu shit.
The Warlock Patron, the Great Old One.
Like, is a... So, the
Right, when
Warlocks
you get
have a
older.
patron available to them called the Great Old One, or a Great Old One. A Cthulhu-esque. It could be a different entity whatsoever.
Space tentacles.
Is it like a
What-
god? Like what is it?
Yes, it's whatever you want it. Like, we'll work out what it is, if you'd like. But essentially, like, it is some
It's
otherworldly...
Lovecraftian.
It's Lovecraftian. It's some kind of Lovecraftian
Some
horror.
horrific,
It
powerful
doesn't need to be. It
being.
could be just a really dark
Absolutely.
god that exists. It could be like it
I
could be
did too,
Orcus. It
by
could
the
be a
way.
number of
Thanks.
things.
Always
Just
got my
want to know if
back.
this kind of a situation's on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, we can rewrite this if you.
Yeah,
Change your mind
my
on
other
it.
group has gets really deep into the religious stuff. So
Then cool.
then, but this sounds like slightly different.
It's
but-
like a. Are you familiar with your Lovecraft, obviously?
Yeah.
The big cosmic horror.
No,
It's like, oh, you can't describe it because it's so
Well, now it's
weird.
more crackers and alcohol.
Like,
Think of a biblically accurate angel where like someone would witness it and they're like just
They lose their
scarred for
fucking mind.
life because like I can't begin to fathom what it is I'm looking at.
And
because
that's-
he
It's a
doesn't
biscuit.
the source of his power is what he's
It's
presenting to
chocolate
you.
biscuit.
Is he has some being that gives him power. That's how the warlocks work. Is they get their power from some.
This change is less than 24 hours old, so I'm
Are you
totally good if
recording
we need to
yourself?
strike a rewrite on this. All good.
No,
Okay.
off the cracker. I think that's fine.
I'm intrigued. As a neutral judge, that sounds.
I'm intrigued.
I know that you won't try to make it difficult for me, so it's
Don't speak so soon. No, I'm just kidding. I
no,
won't.
you'll, yeah. I'm sure if you're asking. Here's the thing: is I'm sure if you're asking, it's something that we could handle.
He's not trying to screw
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So I'm chill
Mine's
with
just
it.
boring,
yeah.
I just have to look at
It'll
it.
be quick,
but,
so
Cool,
I
sounds
think
great.
so.
This is perfect.
It's kind of like my sex life.
It'll be boring, but it'll be quick.
cosmic horror.
High performance review.
Oh,
So it'd be like,
No, that was a joke on.
it's gotta be boring, but it'll be quick.
Huh?
Is that
Okay.
Basically. My what?
Can I have a sip?
Yeah.
Is it,
I'm
what is
good
it? Is
when
it
we're
3?
good.
2.
2? Alright.
I'm a baby.
We have to wait for hope to get that.
Bro, Zins have levels?
Yeah.
What?
Zins have levels? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
What's the percentage?
what does it equate to?
Do you want us to like
Damage.
lose our OP
Okay.
like
It's like a
boost it
cigarette
shit
has
to start off on a more
15,
fair
20 milligrams in it. This has
level?
Your OP loot?
Yeah, just like the I don't know.
No, keep it. because
For carrots
it's
that will
not
make
not
them, like,
dangerous.
What would like a standard dip be?
Sure, but
I
we're doing a level 1 thing where we're level 4.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Remember when I swapped that dip?
Oh, there are
just one level.
Probably a lot.
There are going to
The
be.
winter green.
Okay, what would a small dip?
That's something I didn't mention. Actually, I should.
Probably still more.
Well,
I
we're doing
played it
character
off
graphics,
super
I
smooth.
guess.
No one knew until I think come out of the bathroom for like.
Did you
can't
mean
wait
to
till
swallow
5
it?
No, I was laughing and then I just swallowed it.
This is
Sterling,
just
I
swallowing
looked at
it.
Sterling and we made direct
I think
eye
you knew.
contact and he was like,
And you just put it in your
Oh
gun.
no.
and I was like,
Oh
I'm
no.
I used to do free leaf when we were in Arizona, whatever that would be.
freely.
Really?
Or like just
It's like a pouch with dip in it.
no, it was just like free cut.
It was like full leaf. It wasn't like.
It wasn't like nicotine.
I basically did what your dad did.
Well, we usually no. My dad does pouches now, but it was like
Before,
the
what
gritty,
would you
grainy
do?
kind or
He
the
would do
whole
loose
leaf.
leaf, yeah.
Loose leaf, yeah.
That stuff is horrible.
But
Yeah.
the
No, it
gritty
was
kind
great.
is the kind I swallowed
I wanted to get my full Arizona
on my
experience in
16th
1 year.
birthday.
Oh,
It felt great until
that's
that
all.
happened.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. And then I got to the sliding glass door to go inside, and I threw up all over myself.
No, you had a really nice potato.
It's all on record.
but I was also working.
Strike that from the record.
Strike any mention of
That
Arizona
was
from the record.
I like
definitely
yours.
Casey. That happened to
Go on,
Casey.
Too. You didn't talk too fast.
Casey Hoard.
Okay,
I wish I could talk.
Oh,
fast.
Hoard.
let's
For
go
the
to
record, Casey's
Brandon.
hard. Brandon.
I have the memory.
Brandon. Not when I read.
Brandon, still Merrick? Or are you texting me? So.
I texted you something.
Oh, I saw that. Yes, I read. Sorry, I glanced over the
What?
first part and then I read the last 2 lines.
You totally
It
good.
looks like this thing sucked up into the light.
It might have a fan.
You got an earlier
That might not be
draft
good
of
for
it.
it.
I updated it to be less specific.
I keep getting stuff.
I updated it to be less specific. So what's on
I like
D&D
what
Beyond
you're
is more accurate.
Okay.
The part that I'm also proposing but don't feel like is table ready, I'll send you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
and
and
two in-
before you start, too, I'm not gonna go easy on you guys with this adventure. Like, there are gonna be
That's
some
what you
fights where you
By the
might
way-
where victory is not an option. Like, you might have to
Run.
Sir, victory's all.
Or sacrifice.
What do you
like
mean victory?
I'm gonna try to kill you guys like this
Good.
this round.
All
So
of them are good.
Oh, like the real world. Thank you.
it's gonna be fair, but it could happen.
Collaborative effort, you know.
A TPK could happen. Totally.
Can we
Collaborate
change
with
your
us to
character
kill
stats?
us.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry.
He's so open to it, it's like, fuck, this your character.
Okay, Brandon,
I might
aka
Can I
Merrick,
just
Merrick
like up
Underhill.
my points on every single thing?
Well,
Just do what you want and then see
But
if
how
he
does
stops
this
you.
work?
You
Like,
have, like,
do you
a
have a
max
certain
of
amount of like
Oh.
flexibility?
Oh.
Yeah, like you,
This is America. Just do what you want and see if he stops you.
Oh, good,
This is
good
D&D.
call. Good call.
D&D in America.
Ah,
All right.
forgiveness,
So-
no permission.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna start with the kind that he would share around the campfire,
On record.
and then I'll share a little bit more detail a little bit afterward. Okay? So we're at a campfire one night. Maybe we just got into Greenest after following our escapades on the island.
and we're like, who
whatever
the
you wanna
fuck is
say.
this guy?
Well, no, fair. But one of you who's come across has heard the name Slant Voss, and that's not a name that I've gone by around y'all. Slant Voss. That's the name the populace knows. But long ago, as you know now, I was Merrick Underhill. A simple songwriter in service of the divine, sought truth and inspiration among temples, scrolls. You know, I'd look anywhere for that next great hit. Well, I found it, but not the kind that brings peace. There's a crystal, dark and humming, with the song none of my compatriots seem to hear. I touched it, and the world opened like an eye. I see more now, too much perhaps. The cult seeks to revive entities of teeth and flame, but I now serve something colder, deeper. Not by choice, mind you. So let's just say I've been rewritten.
So you're now going by slant?
Sledgehammer. Well,
Other people will know me as Slant. I'm still married.
Okay.
Yeah. If we get to like a performance space or something, or if I were to like, stand up in like a main hall or something, it's my stage name.
Sick.
Exactly.
Cool.
So sometimes I'll use that.
It's like an early 2000 song.
But I'm still married.
Where did you do your artist residency?
Yes, Biolas. Down at La Mirada. Go to La Mirada, California. Wait, California. No, wait, it's worse. Dang it.
Okay, that's why I said disappointed.
So are you still a
Biola University, just outside of Baldur's Gate. There. Go with that.
Hey.
Nice. I heard that area's great.
Yeah, this is really chill.
Hard to get
Yeah,
on there.
very moderate climate. Sorry. But a little additional detail or a little less flavored version. Merrick Underhill was once a gifted singer-songwriter and devoted to any kind of spirituality that
As gifted as Jocelyn
would
Bowman.
best, as gifted one might say. I know, right? Using his music to uplift congregations and honor the divine, no matter which divinity it was, and no matter whether he served it or not. While on a pilgrimage to perform at a recently reconsecrated temple, he discovered an otherworldly crystal hidden beneath an altar. An artifact not of gods, but of something far older, far deeper, far more troubling. When he touched it, his voice faltered, his mind fractured. An otherworldly entity, Matt. An otherworldly entity answered, forging a bond not by oath, not by faith, but inevitability. Fleeing the aftermath, Merrick rebranded himself as Silas Van. Slant Voss. What happened?
There's a
I
third
chose
name.
2 separate names, and I forgot to copy the same
Who is
name.
this guy?
Who am I?
Yeah.
builds
Well,
the
actually, I'll leave this
mythos?
to the table.
He was
Yeah, I
existential.
like
is
it.
this
I
guy?
like it.
So he rebranded himself as the artist formerly known as Slant Voss, a flamboyant bard who masks the entity's whispers behind velvet lyrics and charming flair. He walks a path of performance, prophecy, and paranoia, seeking to reclaim his voice before it's no longer his.
Cool.
And
I
then
like this.
instead of Q&A, I'll flip it for the moment. Slant Voss or Silas Vant? Which are we feeling?
Silas.
Silas.
I like that for sure.
Silas Vant.
That's so funny because there's a
Yes.
Silas in the backstory of a.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
Of your other.
Yeah, he was
Campaign?
a
That's great.
bookstore owner.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I am changing mine to Silas Vant unless that really fucks with your.
Slant, like
No,
S-L-A-N-T.
no, the notes will be completely separate.
Like S-L-A-N-T, slant.
Originally Slant Voss, but now it's Silas Vant is the name I'm going to go with.
Well, the same letters.
Megan is impossible to look at when someone is reading the thing.
I'm
Because you-
impossible?
Yes, because you react.
Don't point that out.
Don't
I
react.
agree.
I was
Ever.
saying it.
No, but it'd be like,
Bruh.
Still Bard Warlock.
Yep. Same.
It's all just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
That's
to
why
like
you love
avoid
listening.
this.
It's
I
not
like
my
those
contact,
Eldritch
it's
lasers.
facial expression.
I watch them.
I love a warlock.
Or like you know.
If I die,
So what's your... I'm gonna be a muscle.
oh right, you could be a muscle as a one.
Okay, why is she becoming an incel? What's happening?
Okay, so can you give us a sample of what Merrick Underhill 2's Slant Voss, like what your voice sounds like? Could you sing us a little?
Oh god, I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate
You pick Bard, baby.
Yeah. This is what I
Role
get.
play for me.
There's many guitars in this house.
You are a singer-songwriter.
No, it's true. I opened myself up to this.
Is it whispery, like the voice? Like
No, it's-
I'm just like
Is it angelic?
reading your story. Is it like
It's
a?
like the Ace of Spades.
Or is it like...
Or is it more Bob Dylan?
All right.
You don't have to. You can prepare
I see
something.
that.
I'm gonna go
I
with
see
yes.
that.
It's more
I like
Bob
the
Dylan,
Bob
but I'm not
Dylan.
going to make the
Yeah.
attempt.
I like it.
Or maybe we can just figure. We can learn
No.
from you.
It's
from
okay.
you.
This actually works. This works perfect.
Or you could even describe it. Like, is it breath? Like, is it like whispery?
Skills
Bob
in attack.
Dylan,
How
Bob
sexy?
Dylan, but
Yeah, that's what we
Oh.
want.
We all.
Actually-
the table wants to know.
How
Hang
hot
on.
are you?
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet
Oh.
as Bob Dylan,
Oh.
but slightly more haunted.
Like
Okay.
in the starving British tribe?
Yeah.
Starving Victorian?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
I see it. I see it.
I see it.
How old
Does
are
he
you?
like tall elf?
Yes.
So you
Folks
might,
like, hi.
there might
Oh.
there might be some opportunities
This is
for Mayor Thunder Hill 2 Electric Boogaloo to
That's my name. Thank you.
possibly learn some ceremonial songs with the cult. Possibly that could be
Nice.
interesting. I'm just throwing ideas out. Like
He does sound like a,
I like
religious
this.
sort of chameleon, like playing whatever
Well, that's the thing.
the
is-
situation demands, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes, he has that in his backstory,
That's
so
That's
he
cool.
may have come into contact with the cult in the past. However, one is.
All original questions. My name is.
Where did you first try crystal meth?
Yeah,
Up here.
it was on a mission trip.
Doesn't sound
It's my vape stand.
It was weird. I just found it. And,
Practical.
Like the rock.
I've found it before too.
I saw truth,
It is
but also
important.
very.
Yeah. Macroplastic.
yeah, it's great. It's
Called
great.
reduce, reuse,
I do have some
recycle.
lyrics
I'm
actually
right
to
now.
kind of show kind of more what he's.
I'm better than
Oh, yeah.
how his,
Oh, we're
how
all
his
here.
lyrics
yeah,
have
what are
changed.
the lyrics? I want to hear.
They asked for a song, so I opened my maw. Something stepped out, something far more raw. It hums in the quiet, it stirs when I sleep. A melody coiled in the silence too deep. Don't follow the rhythm, don't echo that rhyme. The voice in the cracks isn't bound by time. I sang for the light, but it answered from below. And now I perform what I don't already know.
Literal chills.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we got so far.
It sounds like very
That's a banger.
haunted to
Hell
me.
yeah.
Myself.
Thank you. I think it's the next espresso.
How about your
I would-
facial expression?
I love it. I think we should. Yeah, we'll talk more.
Yeah, we'll
There could
We'll
be
talk
some-
more.
We could prepare some things.
Do you,
My people are going to talk to your people.
yeah.
Working with this, we have
My agent
stage
is Slant Boss.
I might hit the backing track for you. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Uh,
I think you should teach our crew a song at some point.
Yeah.
Alok would like to sing.
Sounds
like a
good.
sea shanty situation.
Something
Like
like
when
I'm
we're
into that.
traveling, we have to like.
100%.
Yeah.
Weatherman.
and that's another. That's the that kind of goes back to the we're in an open world, so like. Yes, their timing is a thing in this adventure, but like if the group wants to like spend half a
A
session
month
or a whole
learning a
session,
sea shanty.
like half a session learning a shanty or something like that, and then using like caroling, you know what I mean? Like just think like you go to
We
a
could
different
earn
town
gold
to try to carol to get money to do
Yeah.
this. Or I don't know.
gonna go crazy.
I don't know. You know that could be that's totally a thing that people do. They go off on tangents and oh, there's a cave. Now we're in a tomb,
Great
and that's like a
acoustics in here.
one
Now we're
shot.
mining.
That's where our group
Yeah.
song will take place.
So I love it. We can get
Group songs.
basically
Let's form
just
a
get
K-pop
creative.
band.
The more creative you get with it,
I think it'd be funner to be day laborers.
What does the K
Oh,
stand
she's
for?
so yeah, the more creative we get with it.
Cobalt. Cobalt.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
dogs.
gonna try to tame.
Oh, the kobolds
things.
love
I'm trying
it.
to domesticate.
Oh my god, we could
Yeah,
breed
I
them.
love the
We could breed them. It's
I didn't even get to keep my
The
kobold.
kobolds collect them.
breed.
Oh, breed. Oh yeah, I mean that's nice to be
Breed
beating them.
With
At least they
Can't
enjoy
beat
it.
them, breed them. The old saying.
So are you gonna change your character's name, or are you gonna keep the character's name?
I like Merrick Underhill too.
I'm still, yeah. Oh,
Point
Yeah, the art is formerly known.
The
because I just
Merrick.
I copied my previous character because I didn't want to lose it, and so it just
Merrick Overhill.
it put copy
It put yeah.
Merrick over that hill.
What if could you put slang boss like in
Like
what
your
are those things?
boss.
Just so I know.
Silence
Boss
band.
baby.
Boss baby.
And then I'm gonna create a new campaign in here, and you guys all join the link like you did originally.
Cool.
So that's how I make sure this will share his source
I didn't make it to the next campaign.
Blythe.
You're just here
Couldn't
for
find the
more.
link.
Light.
So Blythe or Meg. I guess it's Megan because I'm talking to you.
Updated.
For human form is
Did you? Did
I have a backstory.
you have a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got some.
me by my human name.
ChatGPT.
Yes.
Great.
So if it sounds weird at any points, it's not my fault.
my fault.
Alright. Mine's just kind of like more of a story. You know, like these two over here.
Classic chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't chat. So did this chat.
I added a little bit of my own stuff, but like, not really that much. Born into a family that recognized your innate magical potential early in your long elven life, you were sent to Neverwinter, a city renowned for its skilled craftsmen and vibrant magical community. There you became an apprentice to a kindly wizard who nurtured your talents and introduced you to the arcane arts. Under the tutelage of your mentor, you excelled in the study, mastering the art of harnessing raw destructive energy. Your prowess in casting spells that dazzled and overwhelmed became the talk of the academy. However, amidst the brilliance, rivalries brewed, other apprentices, envious of your talents, sought to undermine you through subtle sabotage and whispered rumors. Yet you remained undeterred, your focus unwavering. Neverwinter, despite its outward charm, was a city of contrasts. While the elite resided in the affluent Black Lake district, the docks teemed with criminal activity. And the city core buzzed with political intrigue. The eruption of Mount Ochno?
Hey,
Is that right?
Tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Had left scars and remnants of past conflicts and lingered in the shadows. Amidst this backdrop, your studies were not just academic, they were a means of survival and advancement in a city where power and knowledge were currency. As you advance in your studies, a forbidden tome crossed your path, a grimoire detailing the dark arts of necromancy. Intrigued by the power to manipulate life and death, you delved into its pages. The allure of controlling the very essence of life was intoxicating. You began to experiment in secret, raising the dead and communing with spirits, seeking knowledge beyond the mortal realm. Your newfound abilities did not go unnoticed. Strange occurrences plagued the academy, whispers in the halls, shadows moving against the light, and the sudden disappearance of fellow apprentices. One fateful night, during a clandestine ritual, you inadvertently summoned a malevolent entity from the Shadowfell. The creature wreaked havoc, consuming the souls of several students before vanishing into the ether. The Council of Wizards convened, and you were held accountable for the catastrophe. Stripped of your title and exiled from Neverwinter, you were cast into the wilderness. With nothing but your arcane knowledge and a burning desire to redeem yourself, you now wander the lands. The shadows of your past follow you, and the whispers of the dead echo in your mind. The city that once nurtured you now seems to harbor shadows that whisper of ancient power and dark forces stirring once more. But then a letter from a former colleague came. She spoke of a lost arcane observatory on a nearby island, a place rumored to house powerful forgotten magic. But the letter came with the tragic news your friend had died under mysterious circumstances. Determined to uncover the truth, you set your sights on the island. And then, yeah, that's the...
Nice.
You all know what happened there.
I have great. Yeah, I have ideas of how that can tie into it.
So,
for sure.
kind of like
A lot of room there. Yeah.
dark, but also...
So you
want to,
done
like-
fucked up.
Yeah.
So could you?
That
I
was
like
a
to
web
fuck
series.
around and find out.
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I missed this part. Could you explain why you were cast out into the? And it was the Neverwinter Woods, right? That you were cast
Yeah.
out into. Okay.
I was just cast out of Neverwinter because I did a ritual that summoned a dark entity that like consumed the
That's what it
souls
was.
of other apprentices.
Okay.
And they were like, "That's fucked up." You gotta
That
go."
is pretty fucked up.
Bad.
And I was like, "Shit, that was my bad."
Cancel her.
And that was like
That was like when I finished my apprenticeship. So I was like I completed my studies, I guess, and then it was like the point where we were okay, like it's time to
So
go out
it's you
and
graduated.
yeah. So but then I was stripped of my title because
And was that you like experimenting and it went wrong?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't. I liked the darkness and like the power of playing with life and death, but it wasn't my intention to like hurt anyone. At least not anyone like there. Like I want those abilities for other things, but not to like hurt my like fellow
Like
apprentices.
you want to use the powers for what, like good,
Selfish-
whatever that good,
whatever
like
I
a
can
populist.
gain
You're a
stuff
populist.
from
Oh,
it.
if you gain stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if it's helping me is like the grand scheme of things.
Okay,
So like I'm kind of a loner.
So evil.
so a little evil.
A little bit.
Evil, but
What am I gonna say? No.
Like I'm not just out to kill innocent people just for shits and giggles, but like if
like
you
you
have
make
something
a
I
buck.
want or I can get something out of it,
So
then
fair.
yes. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I already. So we can talk about. We can offline about the friend.
Okay.
Later. Yeah, I have ideas of how all that's going to tie in.
Nice.
Uh,
I like to think we met in the Neverwinter woods,
Yeah.
since we've both spent
We definitely
extensive
crossed
time
paths.
wandering. the
Yeah.
woods.
And like also since we like grew up in
Oh,
the
maybe
same
I
area,
asked you
I think
to
that
look
we
at my weird sigils.
Yeah.
You're like,
because
I
I'm a
don't know,
wizard.
man.
I'm like, bro, I'm not
I don't
graduated.
know.
Gotta ask
I
me
haven't
later
graduated
first.
yet.
and this is where you both, Alok.
Neverwinter.
Or yeah,
Okay.
but
But,
this is
like-
where you went to school though.
Yeah, this is
And then where were you originally?
that
from?
is where it. That was one of the things I'm saying. Like
Okay.
it came out weird.
Okay.
But I'm from Neverwinter,
Okay.
and then I was sent to one of the top teachers. Yeah, like
Okay.
Where is the volcano
Can't remember
in
what they
relation
call it.
to
Probably that
this?
silly mountain right there.
Oh, yeah, I see.
my mentor.
Ah.
They sent me to like a
This-
mentor.
It's like
maybe?
a big deal in like
This
D&D
world.
stuff is
I mean, clearly.
eruption.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Everyone's always focused on
And
the
that's
eruption.
where Ayla
I was just cast
joins
into the wilderness.
what is it? The
Lust
and thorns?
The thorn, the
You
black
joined
thorn.
the Black Thorns. Yeah. Okay.
Luskin.
Yeah, I've just been on my own until I ran into everyone. Just wandering around.
You're just wandering around, just to tag along
Because they
with
just
the
kicked
group.
me out, and then I like got the letter, and then I went to Stormwreck and met. Yeah.
You didn't get any answers on your friend, unfortunately.
No.
But I will. Let's say that your friend like. We'll go into Stormwreck Isle. Actually, no, I'll save this for Stormwreck when we
Yeah,
recap
save it,
because
yeah.
I think it could be cool with your character. Thurman.
Uh,
Thurman's character.
This is the story of Thurman. Born an orphan, fate spat me on the island of Mintarn. Occasionally, I would experience dark, opaque visions that were unclear and infrequent. Valuing life and justice, I trained as a soldier, fighting and protecting as a cleric. In my young adulthood, I joined a mercenary company. I traveled to the city of Neverwinter with my company, serving in both the army and the city watch. Over time, I grew disillusioned and bitter with many of the fellow soldiers. They seemed to enjoy their authority at the expense of the people they were supposed to protect, and I resented them all. As a result, I became a lone agent from that time, letting fate decide my course and fulfill my morals. I had dreams of a shadow creeping across the sea like a shroud, swallowing an island in darkness. I believed that my deity's wishes led me to meet you all at that island. We fought and we defeated evil. I'm still unsure whether I was cursed or possessed during our final battle, but it resonated with my internal calling. As life progressed, my visions became more powerful, calling to dragon gods that I didn't understand. I pushed myself towards Bahamut, a patron of heroes and a champion of justice, who aligned my care for justice and righteousness. I feel committed to my newly discovered band because I have no home or calling outside of my intrinsic internal visions and pulling toward an ominous power and force toward the dragon gods.
Cool.
Metal.
So there are going to be like a lot of opportunities to like. There are going to be like a lot of little. I'm assuming there's. This is why I brought up the conflict thing because there's going to be conflicts, obviously. Like
No.
we don't
Like
know
among
what
the
we
party
don't
or what?
like. Is Thurman for you guys against you guys? Like,
Well, I don't know. I crit.
is possessed like what's happening with Thurman's character? I made remember like his eyes are red and his voice is just a little deeper, and it's like
Like
he's a
green
stoner. Is he?
stuff.
Is,
Wow.
so it's like we'll see what happens with Thurman, and yeah, you guys can kill the other characters too. You can
Truly
try.
kill Thurman.
I forgot to mention one thing about my character. My elven
No,
parents
Thurman's
were like
invincible.
high ups.
What's that?
My parents were like high elves. Like they were like important.
Very
and, like,
important.
Nepo.
big, basically. And then
You're
I
disappointed to all your
fucked
people.
up real bad, and that
Oh.
like they were on like the council, like they're part of the like city heads.
So is Blythe... So it's... Blythe is not used to roughing it?
No. Not until she got kicked out.
That's a real fall.
Are there any other...
Fare in the woods?
Have you guys ever watched Friends? You know the character Rachel?
First like 3
I am
episodes.
not Rachel.
The first 3 episodes of the show.
No, definitely.
That's awesome.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's
It's okay,
solidified my
cheers.
mental image at this point.
No. No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You.
No, everyone forget that. Scratch that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but
no,
also,
that's
remember
canon
that
now.
episode of Friends where Rachel learned how to cast the cloud of daggers?
That was pretty
So
fucking
good.
cool. That was pretty sick. I also have comments on that. That's like too much. I've
You
done
did
some
research on
independent
cloud daggers?
research on cloud of daggers.
Oh, what was the research?
A point is different than a square, and it identifies a 5x5 square off of a point, which then can span across 4 squares.
Okay.
4 squares.
Okay.
So
That
like
seems...
in the middle of the.
So it can be on a
Yeah.
point 5x5, which then occupies 4 squares.
Love it.
That's
So-
fucking rad.
Yeah.
You can... Yeah. I can think
My-
of...
But it's,
I
also
was
still
just
persistent too, right?
Yeah.
It stays.
It lasts for
Yeah.
whatever. Like
I'm sorry I
10 hours.
handicapped you.
That's okay. It's okay.
I thought I was doing rule stuff, but
Well, now that we're outside of like the island, we wanted to debate the rules.
It was... It
I
was
was like, I want to revisit this.
Yeah.
It was in between what we
Sorry.
were saying. It was either a 3x3 or
Yeah.
a 1x1.
Yeah.
It's a 2x2. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that I was like, okay, that feels.
It's still not the same as
Well, I
Baldur's Gate, right?
No, Baldur's Gate. It's like
3.
it covers the full 4 squares.
Oh wow.
It's like the size of 4.
But
So
this
like
sounds
you
the
can
same,
get
like
like
it's a 3x3.
It sounds the same. Like if you're
Yeah.
in any of those 4 squares, you get the full.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I went through a whole rabbit hole of like
Yeah.
everyone's analysis of 3 generations of like the description of Cloud of Daggers,
I'm
and I was
so
like,
sorry that I ruled not this. I'm sorry.
I was
That's
like,
okay. We
This
took
is
good
this is
damage
me.
of it.
I'm sorry. This is me.
Could
You're
you?
good.
This is me.
Okay.
Let's make things less
hey, if
fun.
you ever have something that you debate, let me know and I'll do a lot of research on it. I'll be like, hold on, let me see if I can defend them here.
Okay, Hugo.
Everyone, listen to my boss, baby.
Hugo Boss Baby, please. Tell us about
So you
yourself.
can choose like basic
I'm
ones,
reading along.
but then you can also go in and like click on an area and like
It's so
customize
good,
the color.
right?
Also, I,
It's so sick.
by the way,
Yeah.
I love the commitment to the backstories. I love
Hopefully, it's helpful for
it. It is.
I
Yeah,
think all of it. I mean,
not just for
giving
me,
you stuff to
but-
play with. You know?
Yeah, and I think all you guys can click possibly into other people's characters.
You can't see the notes in the backstory. I don't think. I think I've tried.
I might copy and paste them into the campaign notes that are public for everyone. Then
That'd be awesome. I don't.
and I think everyone can edit.
Okay, ready?
I'm so ready.
Oh, even me.
Okay.
Yeah, cool, right?
Hugo never knew a life without the irresistible glint of gold in his eyes. He was orphaned into the bustling, shadowed cloister of a thieves' guild called Gilded Gallows, where the scent of sea salt mingled with the lingering aroma of mead. From his earliest memories, he learned that coin meant comfort, and in the Gilded Gallows, it meant survival. While other halfling children chased butterflies through overgrown urban gardens, Hugo was chasing the shimmer of dropped copper, the promise of a forgotten trinket wedged between cobblestones. His nimble fingers, naturally adept at finding and acquiring, soon transitioned from harmless scavenging into something a bit more professional. His first foray into the illicit was small, a perfectly ripe apple liberated from a fruit stand, a shiny button plucked from an unattended coat. But his true calling, the one that set his halfling heart ablaze, revealed itself the day he slipped into the opulent, yet notoriously miserly manor of Lord Atherton. Hugo hadn't intended to do more than scout the place, driven by whispers of its hidden treasures, but the sheer volume of wealth displayed, the way the polished silver gleamed and the jewels caught the candlelight, ignited a primal spark within him. He felt a connection to it, a profound understanding of its true value. He walked out that night not with a pie or an apple, but with a small, heavy pouch of Atherton's missing silver and a grin that stretched from ear to pointed ear. The weight of the coins in his hand was more satisfying than any meal, more comforting than any blanket. Since that fateful night, Hugo has honed his skills with a relentless dedication that borders on obsession. He's become a ghost in the shadows, his movements as silent as falling dust, his presence as imperceptible as a whispered secret. He's learned to pick locks with an almost artistic flair, to disarm traps with a dancer's grace, and to blend into any crowd like a forgotten thought. He's not malicious, not truly. He doesn't seek to harm, only to acquire. He firmly believes that gold is best enjoyed by those who truly appreciate its beauty and power, and few appreciate it more than he does. Every lock picked, every guard outwitted, every shadow embraced, brings him closer to that next glittering hoard. And for Hugo, the thrill of the chase, the meticulous planning, and the exquisite execution of a perfect heist is almost as sweet as the satisfying, weighty feel of the treasure itself. He dreams of a vault overflowing with gold, a personal dragon's hoard, and he won't stop until he finds it. The Gilded Gallows has prospered in recent years, and its influence has spread along the Sword Coasts. After Stormwreck, he thinks Neverwinter will be an even more bountiful place if he can talk his way out of capture and calamity. Fortunes in Neverwinter have been fair, but not the fast riches you hoped for. He heard a story from a smuggler about a high-ranking member of the Gilded Gallows who turned traitor, killed their partner, and fled with a sovereign's ransom in treasure. Thanks to details that he's picked up here and there to corroborate the story, Hugo is certain it's more than just a rumor. That's the story.
Oh, good.
Hell yeah.
What about your penis?
Gemini wouldn't let me talk about my penis.
Do you think his goal in life is like a Scrooge McDuck vault he can like dive into?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 100%.
That sounds like
Yeah.
based on. Yeah.
He just wants
That
to be
makes two of
left
us.
alone with his gold.
This was so Atherton. So
Wait, how did you make
Hugo
your face? Though?
is from Neverwinter, I
I
assume?
just took a screenshot.
Because you mentioned Neverwinter.
You know
at
how
the
to
end.
choose the vision, yeah?
I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Or is that just where you?
You know, where's Hugo from? Is he from anywhere?
I don't.
That's up to you.
Where is Hugo from?
He's
Or,
he's
like,
he's
where-
a
Hey,
nomad.
chat.
Like where?
Just spawned
Yeah.
in the woods.
Oh,
I'm just kind of on the road, man.
So like you. Okay, you don't know where you're from, but
Yeah, he's an orphan.
But I'm trying to think like did Hugo spend a lot of time in Neverwinter or just because I see you mentioning it?
Gallows? Are they somewhere
They're
specific?
like MI6.
If they move around, or
Yeah,
they're just like
they're
underground?
everywhere and they're nowhere.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the sea.
Yeah,
They're like MI6. They move around.
that's right.
That's
That's their
Everywhere
life.
I know
and
that's right.
nowhere.
I love that
You see
Hugo.
I think they're
Impossible.
mostly in England.
I love that Hugo
That's what you'd want.
enjoys the operations
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than the goal sometimes.
yeah. It's
Just
all
like-
about.
The art form of it.
He's truly chaotic. Good. I'm hoping to actually be more good this round. If I'm honest, but
It's
Wow.
been a blast so
Still
far.
more-
It's
Nah,
been-
you should
Clean
just
up
keep
your
being.
act.
still
be
plenty
you.
chaotic though. Obviously.
Good.
You said you're a drug addict?
I mean, a gold. What's more of a rush than a polished piece of gold? You know.
True. No drug can compare.
You have to write in where your wiener came from, bro.
Where did it
Oh
come from?
God, how do I undo?
I'm looking up drugs
Where did
in
it come from?
D&D
Where did it go?
in D&D wiki. Oh, Dreamist. There are a lot of drugs in this game.
Traveler's
Nice.
Dust.
They have mind-altering, painkiller, stimulants, and other.
Oh hell yeah.
Dragon skin is a drug.
Yeah, I like that.
Is that ketamine?
It's K-hole. Put you in K-hole.
Hugo's in a K-hole.
It's funny because it's called Karakuda.
Nice.
Karakuda.
K-hole.
Pretty close.
Also known as dragon skin, was a drug that originated somewhere from the lands of Karatur.
Okay.
A single dose is worth 100 GP in Faerun.
Okay.
That's expensive. I'm so broke in this game.
Yeah. There's gonna
Pretty sure I
be
am
there are
sorry.
missions that are coming up that you guys could get money and stuff like that. You guys do have money, you just haven't been able to spend it yet, which is kind of.
I got a shotgun.
You got a shoddy.
I think I still have one too somehow.
If we also remember, there was a giant jewel that was stolen.
Was
Oh, yeah, where the
one
hell
out
is
of
that?
the knife or whatever?
It's in somebody's inventory.
I have 0 gold.
You have 0 gold. Well, that's
I have
right.
nothing.
People pitched in for the
Where do I see?
For
Oh, is
the-
that inventory?
book, or not for the boomstick.
I have 35 gold.
Whoa.
I'm rich.
Okay, Richard.
What is like?
But you do have a
the
credit card
average-
from mommy and daddy.
No, they exiled me.
Yeah.
They don't like me.
But yeah,
I embarrass
you still
them.
use their Costco account. Or whatever.
Obviously.
Costco's in D&D.
Well, there's an episode of Friends where Rachel has to cuddle her credit cards. That's what I was referencing.
Classic Blythe.
Talking about fucking
Oh,
Rachel.
sorry.
She's my least favorite.
No, she's a great character.
So
I like
Let's-
Monica more than
Yeah. And Phoebe.
Phoebe's
we can
tight.
do a
Monica's
drink
good.
refresh or whatever, chill, and then we can talk about Stormwreck. And I think I should read the first part of the first chapter, so you guys, and then I'll read it again in the next session, just so. But I want to set the stage so you guys are thinking. But
Okay.
um,
I'm
Feel like
creating a dang
I
character.
feel left out. Everyone is on their phone except for me.
Not me.
I'm gonna be over
Like
there
it's
because
so
this is a
specific
splash zone.
that you can make the tips of your ears one color and the rest
Oh,
of
that
your
is
or your
fair.
fingertips
That's
one
cool.
color. It's so
I
super
still haven't
precise.
decided on my outfit. This is too many options. I'm overwhelmed.
Hope doesn't think I should
I
look
found
cool.
it.
No, I want to.
We only found Mark points down 5%.
Yeah, it's a
Mark
big
Twain
mover.
looking ass.
Up or down.
okay, Stormwreck Isle.
Guys, you forgot to eat the celery.
What?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we all skipped
I'm
that.
sorry, Dad.
You
Yeah.
guys
Forgot to-
showed up at the island.
Sorry, yes. You would give us a summary.
So the first encounter you guys had.
Zombies on the
Did you
beach.
fight the zombies?
We
Yes,
fought the zombies.
We fought the zombies.
Hey, up too.
And we killed
Where it
them.
all started.
Wait, there's an
Yeah,
alternative.
we
we
did
could have
kill
fucked the zombies.
You could have.
Fuck, marry,
look,
or
for a
kill
short
the
amount.
zombies.
the dice tell the story.
That's
Every
implied
single
in
encounter
every
was an
encounter.
Then
Fuck, marry,
sense.
kill. So
Awesome.
you fight the zombies. You show up to Dragon's Rest. You meet
We
Renara.
met the kobolds first, I think, right? And they were fucking annoying.
No.
Oh yeah. They just kept asking
Oh,
you
yeah.
questions. The book. It's funny. The book actually said keep asking them questions until they realize that the kobolds aren't going to stop. That's what the book
As
said.
I recall,
Wow.
you did. I think I was like, "Hi, speak your conic. Hi, kobold dudes. How you doing?" And you were like, as I recall, you were fucking annoying.
are you?
Yeah.
Where did you come from? Like that kind of thing.
What color? You can't just ask people what color.
What's wrong
It's
with
a
you?
different world.
Oh, you're right. I'm
What
sorry.
color do I
You've
look
never
like?
seen
We don't know what their customs are like here.
That's so funny.
Maybe that's
That's a line from something. You can't ask people what color they are.
No, that is a line.
Mean
from-
Girls?
short.
No,
I think that's true.
Or why aren't you
I-
flat? Like,
Oh wait, why are you?
That
Why,
sounds
she
so-
comes
Ask
from people why they're white.
yeah.
You can't just ask
Oh,
people
yeah,
why
yeah,
they're
yeah.
white. I love that movie. It's so good.
You meet
do too.
Renara.
It's so
You
good.
meet.
Why are we
I
talking about
don't
white
think
ships?
you meet Varnoff
Mean Girls.
yet. No, you
think
met
it is.
It's-
Tarek.
Oh,
And Farnoff, I think. It's the
Yeah.
first mission
Well,
in
it's
a
nice
cave.
Oh, we
Target
love-
came with
Miss.
No?
Yeah, all his stuff is ours.
Sorry, that was so yeah, no, you met Tarek and Varnoth, I think.
Where's
but
your AI right up, man?
I know I should have been doing it since the beginning. You met Tarek and Varnoth, but you didn't really talk to Varnoth until you came back.
Varnoff was the military one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You met Tarek. Tarek was like, "Hey, I'm missing a boot, and I usually go to the Seagrow Caves and trade my rotten flesh
Wife and I
Rotting
shared a movement
food
with Target.
for mushrooms because I make
Oh
stuff."
yeah, they have like
We have
the
a secret.
Do you guys still have that secret? Does it matter?
Have we told you?
Do I remember? No.
Is it important?
But wasn't
Yeah.
that like
I
a gilded
remember.
gallows
It's in
thing?
Alog's hands to remind.
Oh yeah, there was something in the boot, right?
Yeah.
There's a snake in it.
So yeah, you guys.
Somebody's poisoned the water
And
hole.
it was carved on the bottom of the boot. You're like, you should never get your partner's name tattooed.
That's the moral, isn't it? Holy
Oh
cow!
my god.
Wow, I never realized that.
That's it right there.
So yeah, you guys go to
Sorry,
Secret
Dad.
Cave.
No, you're fine.
Myconids?
You saved the Myconids.
Yeah.
You fought an
That was
octopus.
fun.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that and those damn little.
Remember how
flying
y'all wanted
things.
to let the Myconids die, and then Alok was like, y'all are psychos. Let's fight for these little critters.
Yeah, I missed the
Oh,
fight,
yeah,
but I was there.
I don't
to be
recall
like,
it.
You guys used your animal
Yeah.
handling to
That
never
like
happened.
shoo away
To get
some.
rid of the
Yeah, we
The
kobolds?
bat
Oh, yeah,
no, the
we
bat
had-
thing.
The sturgeon.
The
Sturgeon.
sturgeon.
Yeah, Sturges.
Handled the shit out of
And then
it.
there was like a snake in the crystal that we spent way too long discussing.
Yeah, bro. But we killed that pretty easy.
God, that was.
And who got? Oh yeah, Brandon got to talk with it because you cast message towards the
Wasn't there
fire
brain?
snake.
Yeah.
Where was the brain?
That was
Oh.
the Myconid queen.
Sinessa was so yeah. You guys go to you guys went to the cave. There was like smoke building and like just like toxic fumes building up because some kobolds went there and they were getting some dragon bones and then they fucked up the cave. The cave started getting fumed out. Everyone was getting sick from the fumes, including Sinessa. And then the reason why they put up the octopus was because Sinessa was sick. They needed something to protect the cave.
Felt bad about that.
And then that's in there. That's where the brain was. That was sustaining Sinessa because she was super fucked up. Then you guys went and knocked out the hole in like the vent hole.
The vent hole.
The vent hole. The vent hole. Then from there, yeah, there was a snake encounter. The snake encounter didn't end up being much, so yeah, there's that. I think you guys actually killed the fire snake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Then since you cleared the hole out, I think Oshi then shot an arrow with a rope. You guys climbed out, and that's when you guys went back to Dragon's Rest, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Then from there, you guys went to.
The tower thing.
Well, I think you went to the shipwreck.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Right.
And remind me, so then you
We fought
guys.
a dragon.
Then you guys.
We chased off the
That was
a
harpy.
different- that was
We went in, we investigated, there were zombies and shit. We found a locket. We found did we find like a diary or something?
Yeah, you found a diary which explained
We found the dead lover of
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We brought her back. Whatever happened to her?
Oh, we chopped her into pieces and threw the fucking lava or something, didn't we?
No,
that was a,
that was
that was a
different
different
person.
corpse.
You
She's
guys-
still
That
a
was
zombie.
the
You guys
corpse
were
we kept
naughty.
trying to resurrect.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys went to the shipwreck of Compass Rose. Then you
We
found
fixed up the ballista because we were pretty sure bad guys were coming in. We
There's the threat
explored-
dice.
Yeah, we explored.
That's-
Went down to the bottom. Found something.
chest. Found a chest. You pulled it up. There was a
It fell to
diary.
the floor. Yeah, okay.
There was a diary that explained the amulet, and the amulet was in there too. You guys also found out through like clues through like paintings and other journal notes that Varnoth and Alethea were lovers, lesbian lovers.
Whoa!
Wait, who?
Clarification.
Why are we making
Very,
it
very
political?
inclusive.
Where was that? Wait, what?
Shit.
Oh, I missed that one. I wasn't here.
And that the journey to Stormwreck Isle, it was like 21 page
There's
entries
a bunch of them.
of like how the weather is, how she's looking forward to seeing Varnoth, and then she had
But
this
the important
amulet.
thing was like she wished to like never, like for no matter what, to see Varnoth or something. There was some
Yes.
like that got turned into like some curse or something.
Yeah, so as you like guys were reading through the pages, you saw that like the weather was getting worse and worse, and she was getting more and more worried that she wasn't going to make the journey. So she was more like not agnostic, but she was like open to all religions, and so she had this amulet that she used as a prayer aid. And when the weather was getting really bad, she called out to any god that would listen, which ended up being Orcus, and she imbued the power of Orcus into this amulet, so that even if she were to die, she would still be able to see Varnoth.
And that's what caused the
Orcus
zombies
are
somehow.
evil.
What did we do? We gave this amulet to
Renara.
the dragon later, and
We
then
gave it to
Renara said,
Renara.
"I'll handle it."
Yeah.
no, sweet.
Did she?
You guys end up
She-
grabbing, like you tied up. I think you hog tied
Yeah.
or something. Alethea, and then brought her back.
Wait, on the way there, we've forgotten the most important side character. Bill?
Bill. My boy Bill.
Where's he at?
He went back to the
He's dead.
No, that's a
Bill
shame.
got bored.
All right, well, I thought that was a funny thing, but
yeah. He got taken.
I think he came back to. No, he went back to Dragon's Rest. He stayed at Dragon's Rest. That's what it was. Because he
He
was
was
like.
really-
wasn't here for
They
that.
have some like cool sandal.
I wanted to keep him domesticated like a pet, but
Oh, that Bill.
yeah.
Cobalt Bill.
he's a conscious creature.
But like,
He's a
apparently.
From
The
there.
Daddy God said we cannot be evil and subjugate
Even though
someone to
I'm
be a
neutral
servant.
evil.
And so we had to return them back to his people.
So we left. Did
Yeah.
we fight a harpy?
I don't remember if you guys actually fought the
We
harpy.
might have talked our way out of it.
I think you guys
Oh.
did from what I remember.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
What happened? Does anyone remember specifically?
I don't remember.
I remember we fixed a ballista, and we were like,
Oh, we tried to trick it.
we're gonna shoot a harpy.
Sorta worked.
Oh, didn't we give them something that we prestidigitated that it was like fancy?
It was Hugo.
it was
Remember,
all shit,
they
yeah.
showed up. They're like, "Yeah, give us the gold back." And then like, Hugo, you like, yeah, you like, you did that the thing that I can't. I can never. Prestidigitation.
You pressed it.
Prestidigitation.
You pressied it. You gave them some gold, but it looked like it was all
Yeah,
gold.
Right. Okay. And they let us. Okay. Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
So we left with the tied up corpse
Ghoul,
Prestidigitation.
technically a ghoul.
and an amulet,
Prestidigitation.
and then we went back, and then they were like, "Go to
Prestidigitation.
the
I am on
observatory."
3 different substances right now. And I can say prestidigitation.
And we fought off our
No, I
actual
can't.
villains.
No, we're all looking at you now.
You guys came back to Dragon's Rest with Alethea. Renara said you need to take the amulet and redirect, or like you need to, in order to reverse the amulet effect and like possibly get Alethea back, you need to like redirect like an equally powerful ritual or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why you guys took the amulet to the Clifftop Observatory, where, you know, there was a whole book. There was a book before you guys went to the shipwreck. That like the kobold showed up, ripped a page out. You guys thought that they were going up to the shipwreck. You guys were trying to chase them down. Also, Blythe took an oath,
Yeah, I signed the book.
learned Draconic. So much stuff.
You had cool special effects, man.
Oh yeah, and then the
Fucking wand,
Yeah, we had
invisible
yeah.
ink shit. Jesus,
was great.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. Witchcraft.
then
And wizardry.
then you guys
Yes,
went to shipwreck. Then you came back, and then
To Hogwarts.
you went to the Clifftop Observatory because that's what the kobolds were trying to like get dragon bones and all the stuff for, was this ritual.
And they're like spectral bridges and shit. Like that was cool.
Spark render,
And
yeah. There
So
was
we went on the main island of the like observatory, and then I fucked up something in like a tower with kobolds. This Casey was like, "I'm gonna go investigate this." I was like, "I'll come. Why not?" And then I fucked something up, right?
then you guys did some war
Come on,
crimes
I'm sorry.
to
I don't
those
remember.
damn kobolds in the Clifftop. That was so bad. Didn't you guys just kill everyone in the?
Oh yeah, we killed everyone in a room.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like I was here for this one.
I don't think you were.
No.
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
they went to the.
I feel like I invited myself along, and then just went.
And we just
poorly.
murdered everybody,
Yeah.
and then it was fine.
In
There
what
we go.
area?
Oh yeah, the end.
Was it fine?
It might have been a session that you weren't able to make.
Because there was 2.
There was Yeah.
Which I did make the one on the ship, like when you guys fought on the ship, or didn't fight. When he prestidigitated or whatever.
Prestidigitation.
Ejaculated.
And then I think, this one.
There's
That
a
you
lot
guys were
of,
talking about, because I don't remember
I don't know.
A lot of concepts.
Then you had
do a
to
different
go
power
over
than
the
we
spectral
did in
bridges.
Observatory, and then Hugo fucked up,
Hey, easy.
right? Or Oshi fucked
Yeah.
up.
I
Oshi
fucked
fucked
up.
up. That's
I-
right.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
critted.
God.
I quitted so
Oh,
And that was
you're
how we ended the
sneaking.
session.
Yeah.
Actually,
That
I
was
do
so
remember
great.
that.
Then you
I
fought
know.
Spark Render,
Yeah.
That was so great.
Alok was pissed.
and then
Yeah.
you
You guys
guys
trying to sneak around a
I thought we
statue
were all
or
gonna die.
something?
I was trying to move it
or-
around.
Yeah.
you guys were able to use the
Yeah,
boomstick
with your
finally.
super quiet boots, were you immediately?
There was the carnival. No, that was the other group. There was
A carnival?
We missed the carnival.
What
And-
the
and
hell?
then-
I'm seeing why we're grouping.
They have cotton candy.
God
the other
damn it.
group-
Yeah.
Seeing the
No,
group
it was just
grouping
like
vibes.
something that somebody
There's no
used.
favoritism here.
Like
Yeah,
they
right.
told one of the kobolds that there was a carnival in one of the rooms in Dragon's Rest, so they could like steal something. It was so stupid.
Oh.
Like, carnival.
We're way more serious than that.
Yeah.
It's true.
We would never.
We only pee on stuff and talk about doing
Oh,
animals
man.
and weird shit.
I forgot we went Bear Grylls first.
There was such a funny moment where you guys were like trying to figure out how to trick Sparkrender into like missing the ritual timing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that broken statue.
And
that we
changed
placed.
And then you fixed it, but then you set it back.
That's what it
God
was.
damn it.
That's what it was. We did prestidigitation
remember
to
that,
like make
yeah.
it
That
look
was
like
great.
it was-
It was like a long time. Like, wait, which do we turn an hour early?
Are we
or an
trying
hour
to let-
late?
We literally
I
debated
like that.
that.
It was a
for
long
amount of
time.
I just like gave up. I was like,
God.
whatever you guys say.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was weird.
You kill Sparkrender, but you missed the window of opportunity with the amulet. So then you found
We
Adrian.
found the other dragon.
You found Adrian, who was going to be the sacrifice for the ritual.
Right.
Then you sent Adrian back.
Oh, why did I finish that? Oh no.
Sent Adrian
You're good,
back
you're good, bro.
with
Yeah,
the
it's okay.
amulet.
We're gonna need more.
And that was like
alcohol,
the
by
end of
way.
that
There's only
storyline
one
of the
left.
amulet. Then you went. You did not go back to Dragon's Rest. That's why you sent Adrian with the amulet back to Dragon's Rest. Then you guys went straight back to Seagrow Caves, and you were being chased by many, many zombies.
We were hearing things coming from the caves
Overnight.
and that's why we went there.
Yeah, overnight, because you had to do a long rest after like the crazy Sparkrender battle. Overnight, you heard a comet crash, King's
yeah.
Killer Comet, crash into Seagrow Caves. Then you
Didn't
went
you know
to
that killed the
color's the comet?
dinosaurs? How do you walk away from like a mile away? We're like, oh, comet fell. It's fine.
That's crazy.
We're just OP, man.
Yes.
We're magic.
Any other
And then isn't that when
Magic.
we went through like the field
Bardic
and then we
inspiration.
evaded that like
That's what it was.
Yeah, you guys were like,
The goose moose. What was it?
meats or whatever?
Goose moose?
Or-
No,
oh yeah,
Two
yeah.
birds,
There was
two
a,
animals.
Meeskies.
there was a moment.
Owlbear.
Yeah, here's the funniest thing. You guys ran into it.
Goose.
Holy shit! Wait, dude.
Yeah, we have to work that
The
in.
goose moose.
We have to work that in.
This has to happen. Not an owl bear, a goose moose. If I don't see a goose moose in the next 12 months, I'll be mad.
Goose moose?
Alright, I'll be mad.
Reminds me in
Bravo.
D&D reminders, Goose Moose.
Remember, it was a bird and another thing.
Goose moose.
My favorite part of all that was that you guys ran into an owlbear with a whistle around its
But,
neck, and
what?
you guys are like,
We just know.
let's go.
Do you mean a goose moose?
Oh, sorry, goose moose.
Yeah, that was before we
A
got
what?
super
Ghost, but a goose.
We were like, no, we're good.
Or like it was like after another fun.
Don't worry about it. I'm great.
And then
I'm great, thanks.
then you guys went to Seagrow Caves. What happened to Seagrow Caves?
All the mushrooms were fucked up
I'm
Again.
fucked up.
because of the comet. I don't know, and we went in.
Because when you're at the observatory, you did find
With the
the
bros.
sheet of paper, right?
Oh.
That had the words on it that could open up Shortest
Oh
tomb.
yeah.
But we did that like in reverse. We opened the tomb from the inside. This fucking staircase. It's like 2 or 3 sessions later. But this fucking staircase we debated for like an hour.
Oh yeah, going up there.
But
Wait,
we
isn't
went
that
into
the
the
one that-
caves and we saw the mushrooms were all fucked up, and then we
We went
to
down.
Shuri's tomb somehow.
Yeah.
Like where the comet crashed.
You went to Boing.
Okay.
You went to the
Excuse me.
crystalline cave,
Great comedic timing.
which is the topmost part of Seagro Caves, and then you said the words.
Prestidigitation.
Does anyone remember the words?
Oh, it was something
Something
about
about light or something.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Light,
dark.
we hate
When,
dark.
when the fire
is
something
bad,
in the
light is
dark,
good.
I feel very
something.
Yeah.
something about smoke.
Yeah,
Too
shadow
small.
and
I think it was Open Sesame, actually.
That's
Sesame.
Abracadabra.
Yeah,
It's actually just like a twinkling sound while we
Yeah,
like.
it was that one sound.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Lady Gaga's abracadabra.
It was actually Duran Duran's Abracadabra.
Nice.
It was
Abracadabra. 4 words.
Please and thank
You
you.
expect me to remember them?
Please.
Open, please, thank you.
Respect.
The
It always
bard
works.
does it
It always
again.
does.
Always
Sesame, thank you.
Pretty, please.
But yeah, no, you guys were able to get into Shruth's tomb, and then I'm not going to tell you what the words were. 'Cause they might come up with
Shit.
Yeah, we need to take independent
Why
notes.
is nobody taking
Shit,
notes?
God
Come
damn
on.
Where's the AI notes when I need them?
Shadows.
So we went in, and then we went.
That was close.
Shadows
There was
sounds
one word.
Burns.
Or no, actually no, that's
It's like shadows. Shadows extinguished.
Yeah.
Shadows
Yeah.
extinguished.
Light.
Something remains. Something's revealed.
Yeah.
2 words were right.
Shit.
Shadows
Revealed is
revealed.
one of the right ones.
Shadows revealed.
Something revealed. I don't remember the one.
Light.
It'll probably
We have
never
3
come
words:
again.
shadow, revealed, and light.
No, that's not.
It's flames extinguished, shadow revealed.
Oh, I knew
Someone
there
write
was
it
flame.
down.
I was
There's
just
somewhere.
gonna say
I
that.
thought it
Someone
was
write it
flame.
down. Not it.
Yeah,
Kill a
someone write it down.
dragon.
Yes, please somebody write that down. He said it's gonna come up later.
I
Already
forgot
found
what
it.
I need to write down.
Shadows.
So we went in the
Flames
kingdom of the tomb, and we went into the
Flames
water
Flames
pits.
extinguished. No,
Shadows.
shadows extinguished.
Shadow.
Flames
No, flames
extinguished.
extinguished.
Shadow.
Shadows revealed.
Shadows reveal.
Yeah.
Don't look
Write
at
it
the
down.
camera. Don't look at the camera.
Someone
Fucking
write it
highlight
years.
moment right
Or
there.
y'all just go, what are 7 corpses in this tomb? How did this
Two
happen?
alcohols.
Look at the camera, please.
2 whole alcohols.
I want you.
2 alcohols. I don't know.
Are you ready?
Flames
Light.
extinguished, shadow
Oh, yes.
reveal.
Yep.
Shadows.
Flames
go in-
extinguished.
Flames
Shadows.
Who am I?
Somebody write this down.
I'm writing it
I'll
down.
put it in the chat.
It should be in the notes now.
Megan is our scribe.
It will be in the AI.
Blythe is our scribe.
Light scribe.
Blythe scribe.
Such a wizard.
Wizard shit.
Bribe.
So we went in and we went into like there was like a pond thing with like a house where there was a
I'm based.
campfire
Oh,
or
like when we went
something,
down there with
and
the
like
witches, the sea
we caught some mermaids,
Yeah, that's
and then we went into the map would help if 'cause I can't. I gotta
We went
This
into
is
the
a map.
future.
well
The
the
correct
cave map.
we went into the
Oh,
zone.
the cave.
The
The auto zone?
Well,
zones.
we split it.
We split.
Split it.
I
We
split it.
quitted.
Oh, I split it.
We quitted. We split.
We split
We
up.
totally split it. Me and homeboy fought some stuff.
Yeah.
You guys were trying to reanimate a
We
corpse.
were
Oh
playing
shit!
with
There
a
it
dead
is.
body.
Okay, so we
That was
went.
my favorite moment.
That was
By
Yeah, me and
far.
Hope
Yeah,
were
Jim
fucking
Body.
around.
Yes.
Yeah, my necromancy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went.
Still,
We came in there. We went there and fought some mermaids. We went there and there was a lava thing.
Oh, yeah.
We went
All via touchscreen.
up here and I like kicked up a magic circle or fucked that up somehow. And then we made an ice bridge and we opened up some
This is
cages.
where his dead
That's
body
And this
where
was where we
the
fucked up the body a
Yeah.
lot.
the cages.
And this is where I pissed in the lava. That was a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Wait, this is when the
Kids and cages.
I just
fire
thought it
snake
was
came up and
Okay.
we lowered it back
you
down.
know.
for the next time, more cages.
All about the thing.
More dead bodies in cages.
Yeah,
please.
we'd like some
Yeah,
pork.
more
So,
red herring
so
desert.
summary, we
Necrophiliac.
made our way through the tomb of Sharuth
Phallic.
and
Necrophiliac.
won.
Necrophalic.
yeah,
Prestige.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Prestidigitation.
you
That's
fought
the
the
battle
baddies.
Necrophallic.
with goofy names,
Necrophylactic.
Yes.
Wait, we fought back.
bitchy Meg and whatever.
It was
I'm not a linguist.
it was Granny
I'm
Gimbal.
looking-
I don't remember.
bitchy Meg, I think, was one of them.
Oh,
Oh, that wasn't
Bitchy
it.
Meg.
I feel
no.
that.
Oh, that's Megan.
That's
in real
Rachel.
life.
Yeah.
Then
Biggest of you?
I haven't seen the show.
You've not seen Friends?
Bro, I'm gonna kidnap you. I'm gonna force you to
You
watch
should
it.
see.
I'm
Are you gonna?
I'm gonna pound you.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
Don't say that.
I
What year
know.
were you born?
He's
gonna
gonna
try
try
it,
it, bro.
95.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
kidnap you.
you're
Let's go back
technically
to
a
that.
millennial.
Yeah.
Because you're like a year old.
96 is like the cutoff.
I'm so sorry.
Right?
What?
Your birthday's coming
No,
up.
you're-
96 is
Or
a
did it
cutoff
just
for
happen?
what?
Okay.
Gen
His is not.
millennial to Gen Z.
Oh, 96.
95 to 96 is technically it's a debate.
Amongst scholars.
Amongst scholars.
What's your opinion?
They say a millennial is 97.
Anyway,
to
let's not get into this
2000.
topic.
And then a millennial
millennial?
is 96 to 80 something. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. I'm good then.
It's usually like a 15-year time span,
What?
Yeah.
if I remember.
I mean, generations are bullshit anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it's all
They're never actually the same. Like they're just. It's like all over the place.
it's all bullshit.
It's just vibes.
Quad stuff.
Just fine.
That's actually just a double stuff.
That's
Yeah,
just
it's for real.
Shadows.
Back in my day, as a millennial,
you guys. Yeah, you guys fought the witches.
Yes.
You went back to Renara. You grabbed Sharuth's bones. Actually, and you went back to Renara.
now we do have an AI recap of this.
Yes, we have a AI recap of this. You went to Sharuth's. You went to Renara. She was like, "Are you sure you want to keep those bones?"
Yeah.
And then Alok kept secretly some bones.
We would never do that.
I remember Blythe was very adamant
Good.
that everyone turn them over. And there may be issues if she
You
finds out
convinced
someone
me.
is carrying them.
There may be issues.
And then at one point, Thurman was possessed.
Really?
And
Oh,
his-
yeah.
At one point,
I don't know. The heart wants to
I would like
It's
to
not
do
easy.
our
It's
first
not
roll
easy being
exercise
blue.
in the-
Is it just like
I'm
kind of a
personally-
frog situation or what? Like,
No.
But yeah,
I'm undecided, but
Okay.
I'm leaning towards blue.
do you have a picture of yours?
not yet.
You're
I
not
have a
with it?
picture, like a AI one
Do
from
you
a
have
while
a
back.
I don't think
It's
you're
on
allowed
my-
to be blue.
My,
Oh, I
Why
see.
not?
I see.
because you're an elf. I'm an
Elves
elf.
can be blue.
I'm purple.
Blue face is not a problem. Wait,
I did
The
almost
blue man.
choose black.
the blue man group is what I mean.
That's all.
Honestly,
I'm sorry, I'm
you
not
should be
going
black.
to delete
Elf
all
can be
this.
black.
I'm sorry.
That's cool.
Is this recording?
I'm so glad we were
Probably.
here. Stand for approval.
As a white man, it's very important.
This is our stream, man. We're gonna be
Oh,
famous.
she's black.
I'm ruined.
we're famous.
Yeah,
already.
we're
We're already
black.
canceled and
We're
we
web
haven't started.
famous.
Yeah.
My
Okay,
name
so
is-
that's
my name is
the
Cameron.
story up
How
until
many
now, right?
subscribers do you stuff in chat?
How we do?
Yeah. Rein in your monkeys here. Come on.
Zero.
So
You guys went back to Renara.
Your
Renara
breath
said,
smells like Oreo.
"You're keeping the bones. Tell me to rein it in, and then just have a full ass conversation."
That's actually true, and I want to accept all of that. I'm sorry.
What happened? I missed it.
He said he told me to rein it in, and you just had a full ass conversation, which is great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steve, you have two, and Sweet asked to close up. That was great.
In my defense, his breath did smell like Oreo.
It's true. I'm sorry. I will own that.
It
I
could
should
be
go
worse.
brush my teeth.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
I don't know how many Oreos I have. I'm sorry.
You can have diarrhea.
You can have
We have
diarrhea.
a lot of toilet paper here. Don't worry.
Good.
Anyway,
We prefer it.
Renaro's like, "Hey, there's some shit going on with the cult. Go to Greenest. There's a seer there. They might know something." Then you guys left.
Now we're on the road
Alright.
again.
Bro.
oh,
No shit.
Well, I guess we're on the ocean, huh?
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
You're all good.
No, so we've all made it to the city of Greenest.
So,
So are we en route or are we
Yeah.
there? Like, what are we?
you are. Let me actually. Sorry. Let me switch the map.
yo.
Hey,
Oh,
Oh, and also
My
there was
penis is
a one shot that we're not going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of penists,
The amazing one.
penis.
hey!
I had important lore, like
I'm now playing Cyberpunk, by the way,
Oh,
and
it's so good.
there's no cyber penis. I can't.
That's
I
so
can't seem to
rude.
find it.
Oh, there's a whole
You'll
mission
find
around
it.
a cyber.
You'll find it.
Oh, the guy with who's like, yeah, I got that one.
Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate?
That one's great.
Or penis gay.
Penis gay, that's different.
Oh my god.
Where do you stand on Wienergate?
I'm like, I did in your honor. We get gorilla arms. I was like, I got this.
It's so good.
You gotta do it.
It's so,
Varigos?
It's
I had nothing.
Or It's metal and metal.
You don't even need to invest in strength when you
Air
grow
of
large, and then
ghosts.
you just like have extra
Cost.
points for everything else.
I've been like meleeing everything. It's awesome.
It's yeah.
That's
But like strength checks don't matter anymore.
And apparently you can like tear doors off shit. I haven't seen that yet, but apparently you can.
Or when you stream
In Cyberpunk?
I played it when it like first
I
released, and
started
it was
it, but I haven't
bad.
played
And
it.
then I
Yeah.
got it like a week ago, and I'm like, oh, this is
Oh,
better
it's so
now.
good now.
You're
It's
not
still
sure?
glitchy, right? It's like floating people. Like it's still glitchy.
I mean, no, that's, you know, it depends.
I don't know why
Shit's
that's happening
happening.
for you.
Shit's happening.
Oh,
PS5, like
Shit's happening.
Oh, we're
There's
right.
music.
So
You made your own.
Shit, it runs nice on PC.
it brings this
I'm not
brings
done
us
changing things yet.
to this part of this new adventure.
Oh shit!
For the past several days, you have been traveling a road that winds lazily across the rolling grasslands of the green fields. Sundown is approaching when you top a rise and see the town of Greenest just a few short miles away. But instead of the pleasant, welcoming town you expected, you see columns of black smoke rising from burning buildings, running figures
No,
that
my
are
cow.
little more than dots at this distance, in a dark winged shape, wheeling low over the keep that rises above the center of the town.
A dragon?
Greenest is being attacked by a dragon.
No.
No.
We
Oh,
defeated that shit.
Shit.
Wait,
And that's
What
all I'm
about the
reading for
fire?
the session.
there was an attack that we narrowly
That's why everyone's.
missed.
Oh.
Wait,
We weren't prepared.
Often, so
we were all in
They were
choice.
high as fuck.
So we're coming from the north somewhere, like
We were
because we were like
pirates.
up there. The island is up there somewhere, or what? Where was the island?
Yeah,
the island actually is like
where's Stormwreck?
pretty far north.
feels
It's like,
So we're coming from
Vale
the-
situation.
yeah, you came down. We're gonna skip like shops or anything like right now. We're just going straight into it. Yeah, you guys just showed up. We're not actually playing right now, by the way. This is just the intro to next session. And I'll reread this. So
I punch the dragon.
I can't.
Okay.
It's 100 feet in the air. Okay.
Jump 100
You'll
feet
see.
in the air.
You'll see. It's
My
fine.
Eldritch blast him into the air.
We can try that.
My Eldritch blast is a range of 300 feet. So
Whoa.
Probably hurt.
So yeah, basically you were told to go to Greenest. You show up. It's getting raided. There's pillars of black smoke. It's all
Chaos.
This is the kind of creativity. you need.
science.
What's
Sorry.
that?
I don't
You
know
just
about
had some great
strength.
science. We know how
Holy
to
shit!
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Where is it?
And that wraps